All right, we should be live, I think, hopefully. Can never tell for sure because OBS has been annoying as of late, but I think we're good. So welcome. What number is this? 183, I think. I don't know.
It's a big number.
It's large. Many are saying this. Many are saying I've been doing this too long. It's fine. Uh And for Twitch viewers, you get early access content since this is being recorded the day before I upload to YouTube. How exciting. Any- Anyway, let's move on to the more important matters, which is the guest and telling us who you are.
Hi, everybody. I'm INKSTAR. I am a Super Mario Sunshine speedrunner. Specifically, I main any percent, but I run Sunshine. I've been running it for around 6 years now.
Yeah, many say you're
Currently,
pretty good at it. Yeah.
yeah, I, I'm all right.
Yeah, what
Um,
place are you in any percent actually?
Currently, I have world record.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Shocking. No.
Whoa!
Whoa.
No, I've had it for I think just over a year now, which is something I never thought I'd be able to achieve, so that's crazy to say, but yeah, I run Sunshine.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. And as you'll find out, um, I'd hate to say it, but maybe you'll understand. I am an avid Sunshine hater. Um, I think the speed run's sick though, so don't worry. I'm not
No,
totally
it's
cringe, but
the amount of people that I met at Games Done Quick who are just Sunshine haters
yeah,
is kind of crazy, but they're like, "You're still cool, but like I hate Sunshine." And I'm like,
yeah. Like I played it for the first
"Ow," but
time when
okay.
3D All Stars came out, and I beat
That's
it.
fair.
I couldn't 100% it. Yeah, I just couldn't take it anymore. Like I gave up.
I
I just
As a
I
kid, I
couldn't.
never 100% it, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Growing up, it took until speedrunning to do that. I've never 100% it on my own. I don't even think I beat the game on my own until I was 17 or so. Like,
Yeah, I
I
don't
will be honest, it's
it's just
rough.
so different, and that's not entirely a bad thing. Like, again, the speed run, the movement, it's so cool to watch, like, especially when they remove FLUDD from you and you have that complete just move set of Mario without, being able to just hover
Yeah,
everywhere. That movement tech is so fun and just
yeah,
so
no,
impressive.
it's that's like that's the part that I always liked, strangely, which a lot of people would probably be the opposite and dislike, but I've always enjoyed the floodless stuff because it's like 64-esque in a
Mhm.
way. The movement's a little bit similar, a little bit more jank, but it brings me back to like 64 more so.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that a lot, just platforming properly.
Yeah, I think that's how it is for me too, since I've run 64 a bit. So having that section that feels much more of an homage to that without the flood
Yeah.
shenanigans. I don't know. It was pretty fun. So, but yeah, Sunshine. Uh it's a video game of varying opinions, we'll say.
Varying opinions, yep.
Varying opinions. And no one's opinion is wrong, it's fine. We're not here to judge. uh
No one's opinions are wrong except the ones who say it's a bad game, but
hey, well,
no, I'm kidding. It's a bad game.
yeah.
I will admit that it is a really bad game for casual play. Speedrunning, I think once you get into speedrunning and you start understanding the movement and feeling it out, it gets a lot more like it feels like you're more in control, but casually, I will admit it is a nightmare, especially 100%.
Yeah, like I would
But
never recommend a 100% playthrough casually.
yeah.
At least not without a severe warning, but I mean, I don't
You
know.
will need multiple walkthroughs and multiple guides.
Yes, there's just no way to be able to find everything, and then some of the things you need to find are just ass.
Did you know you have to spray the moon in Pianta Village on the golden mushroom at nighttime only to get a blue coin?
I did
Whoa.
not. Now I've learned. Can you tell I've never 100% the game? Anyway, but no, I can say I've beaten it, but again, it was on 3D All-Stars. I have a GameCube now. Once I get that set up, I will 100% the game. I will do it. I've made this promise. I will do it. I won't
I
like it,
trust it.
but I'll
I
do it.
believe it.
Um,
I will
yes.
follow up. I will follow up in a few months.
Well, okay, I don't know if I'll have my GameCube ready by then, but because it's very expensive to
I will
get
follow
everything you
up in a
need
few
for it.
years.
A few years, then you see that's more likely. But yeah, and again, the GameCube controller also makes it a little fun to control because that is a good controller. So I'll give it that too.
Oh,
That
did you
helps
play
out.
3D All-Stars with Joy-Cons?
No, luckily no. I had a pro controller, so that's a little better.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no,
That would have been
I could
rough.
not do like any casual play with it with the Joy-Cons unless it's like a puzzle game or something and I'm in handheld mode. Yeah, it's too small. Like the Switch 2 is a little better, but I need the Pro controller
Yeah.
if I'm like sitting down and playing like a proper game.
Even the Switch 2 is like, yeah, it's still like I actually have mine right next to me. Even that controller I feel like is still too small.
Yeah, like it fixed a lot of issues, but and I don't know what the drifting scene's like. I've heard it's not as bad, but yeah, it's not something I've
Yeah,
ever
I
been able
haven't
to
heard
really
complaints
use.
about drifting yet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've never been a Joy-Con user really.
That's
So
fair.
yeah, luckily I did do it with the Pro controller, so it felt pretty good. But I've never played the game with the GameCube controller, and I kind of want to because that sounds fun. The GameCube controller's like good and
It's meant
fun.
for the GameCube
Yeah,
controller.
right.
It's definitely meant for it.
Not to mention one of the levels is literally a GameCube controller, so it's
True.
yeah. I know the lore. Uh, well, anyway, speaking of lore, how about we get into the lore of you? This is a great segue. So, speedrunning, starting out, how did that happen?
Yeah, so it was what's really funny is it was pure coincidence because I did not intend on speedrunning at all. I didn't even really know anything about speedrunning. Um, I was making videos just documenting like unused stuff in Sunshine, just like random short videos, nothing crazy. And I, out of pure curiosity, was like, who live streams Sunshine? Do people live stream Sunshine on Twitch? And what was really crazy was when I joined Twitch, made an account and everything, clicked into the Sunshine directory and saw Dide was live. And then Dide was going for 113. I'm like, what is that? And so I watched for a little bit. I think that was it was either that day or the next day. I don't remember, or maybe it was a while later, but I watched him live get like a 114.01 and that was world record. I watched him pop off over it and I was like, "Man, that's crazy. I want to do that." And I decided to pick up just pick up the game, try practicing and learning stuff and see how it goes. And I remember it's a very like I guess ego thing to think, but like at the time, I believe he messed up one of the levels for like 10 seconds and I was like, "Oh, it's not a perfect run. I can do that. I can not lose those 10 seconds and get world record." And yeah, here we are today. I
You were
did it, but
right.
like I I don't know why I thought that cuz that's what started it was seeing him get that time live and I clicked into a whole bunch of other streamers and decided to see what the speedrunning scene's like and the day I joined, I vividly also remember was the day that Ouija quit. Ouija quit
Mm.
Sunshine. He was in Bianco 4 and he was rambling about not liking the game. Too much RNG. It was the same day that Ouija quit. He never played it again after that. But I did get to see Dide live and he popped off and it got me into the game. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be a temporary thing or not because I was kind of under the impression I'd like chip away at speedrunning every now and then and focus on YouTube. but I improved like really quick with speedrunning and kind of just like fixated on that. And now YouTube is my side thing. Speedrunning became my full focus at that point. So yeah, it was really just Dide seeing him coincidentally live getting a world record that got me into it. It was a pure coincidence. If he wasn't live, I don't think I would be speedrunning.
Wow.
Like I genuinely don't think I would have seen it or picked it up. So
Yeah. Uh,
crazy.
I have heard a lot of stories about coincidences like that for getting people into it. Mine is similar, actually. I was recommended Mario 1 World Record progression by Summoning Salt in 2017. And if that didn't happen, I don't think I ever would have learned about speedrunning. Because
That's
it's just
yeah,
not what I
that's a
was.
big one.
Didn't have a Twitch account or anything. I didn't watch live streams. So it completely like changed my life, quite literally. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah,
funny.
no, like my one of my brothers who doesn't he doesn't speed run, but he actually thought about it because he found a summoning salt video and he didn't know who the channel was or anything like that. He just was like, I've been considering running Wii Sports. I'm like
Nice.
I was like trying to break down was it because of this channel without saying who it was. I was like trying to see if I can get him to remember because I had a feeling it was summoning salt. And yeah, I don't know if he's gonna speed run, but if he does, it would have been similar coincidence of saw a summoning salt video and figured out what speed running was through that. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah. It's kind of wild how mainstream it is because I remember like a year into my journey, I got to be in a Bismuth video because I had like a Mario 1 84AL world record at the time, which is so slow now, but it's fine. But a neighborhood friend reached out to me for the first time in years and said, "Isn't this your username from like Xbox?"
That's
And I was like,
crazy.
"Hi, yeah, that's
Wow.
right." And then there was like a family friend who, is like, I don't know how old he is, maybe in 50s or 60s now. And this was quite a few years ago now, but he was talking
Right.
about loving watching this because he knew I was into retro stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was watching this video. Really, the guy's voice helped put me to sleep. It was great. It was like about Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You remember that? It was the quest to beat Matt Turk. I was able to connect the dots.
Yeah,
So it's just
that's so funny.
I love those just yeah coincidence and then everything connected in some I don't know that kind of stuff. It just really interests me, like
Yeah.
how
No,
people
that's
find
really
out about this
cool.
stuff. So yeah, it all worked out. What time? Do you know like the time frame your discovery was? I don't know like the history of Sunshine all too well, so I don't know what time period that would have been.
The time oh, when I, like, found Dide
Yeah, yeah.
and picked it up, yeah, that was I believe it was May 2020. So I've been
Oh,
running
so
for
you're a
just over
pandemic
6 years.
entrant,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
coincidentally, because the thing is, like, a lot of people were like, "Oh, was it because of the pandemic you, like, picked it up?" And I'm like,
Not
"No."
really. Just more
No, I
coincidences on top of coincidences, I see.
literally, just coincidence. Because like, I didn't at the time, I wasn't working. At the time, I wasn't doing anything really. I was still in school. I was just, like, at home. I also was homeschooled, so I
Mm.
was at home. I didn't really leave for too much at the time. It was just a coincidence that I picked it up. Like, I wasn't locked at home or anything. But a lot of people still are like, "Oh, is it because of the pandemic?" And I'm like, "No." It's just I conveniently or coincidentally joined then,
Yeah.
so
Well, happy to
yeah.
clear up the allegations there. So
Exactly. "Stop asking me, stop asking me."
well, I'm kind of interested. So you were already making just sunshine content, like cutting room floor stuff?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I, like, uploaded a lot to that website and would just upload videos when I'd pull something from the game that's, like, I thought was worth making a video about or, like, something new that's actually pretty cool. I'd just be like, I'll upload a video and also document it. And yeah, speedrunning was just the side thing at the time because I was like pumping out videos like every month or like even less sometimes.
Hmm.
It's pretty rare that I upload now. because now it's got to be like a proper full video for me to upload. But back then it was just like constant, just video after video. So
So, like, your online content started with Sunshine anyway? So it's
it
just all
did, yeah.
sunshine all the time?
It was sunshine still, yeah.
That's fine.
I probably would have eventually found speedrunning, but I don't think it would have been the same if I joined later. I don't think I would have been as interested.
Mm,
I think I joined at the last possible time where I was interested in speedrunning it. Because if I joined like 2 years later, the world record would already have been crazy low, and my improvement would have been very on my own at that point. Because there was a lot of I won't get into it, but there was a lot of drama
mm,
going on, and
yeah,
a lot of the best runners no longer played the game. And so if I joined later, I probably would have been completely alone and not interested in playing. So
that's fair.
if I joined sooner, I would have had more opportunity to run it probably. But if I joined later, it would have been over. I think I joined at the last possible time frame to stay interested. So
Yeah, I
it's
get
kind
it
of
for
funny.
sure. Yeah, I obviously won't get into it either, but I know that was a big turn off for obvious reasons. So, but anyway,
Yeah, unfortunate.
so when you started, you just learned any percent and kind of cooked right off the bat.
Yeah, it was just any percent. I wanted to run something shorter because any percent was still long. Like it's still an
Mhm.
hour plus long. At the time, I estimated like 2 hours for my first run. I'm like, that's a crazy run to do. Um, excuse me. Um, I think the way that I approached it was like I did a first half run up until where I learned because I learned like the first half of the run, did a full run through of that, and then learned the rest of the run and just did a full run, just giving it my best shot. And it was all because of how stubborn I am. I was all like the hardest strats you could possibly do, and I just kind of went for it, and that was that. There was no like format to how I learned or anything. I just like I learned all the difficult levels and just went for it. That's that. So
When you started, had they already implemented Hacked File?
they did, yes. I think I joined right in time for Hacked File to be like the official way to run. If I remember correctly, it was 6 months before. I might be
Hmm.
completely wrong. Don't take my word for it because I probably am wrong. But I think it was very recently passed as like a legal way to do runs. And I was like, that's the other thing. If they didn't have Hacked File, I probably also wouldn't still be running
Yeah,
because
that's what I was gonna
grinding that game is
say.
like
Yeah, no,
without
no.
Hacked File, bro, I'm not playing Bianco. I can't do it. It's too much.
Yeah, that's there's like absurd levels of unskippable cutscenes, and that fits the bill for sure. I know there's worse, but for a game as like optimized and popular as that, that is not helpful. So
Yeah.
I remember kind of being like, not that I had any horse in the race, but I remember being like kind of against it in my
I would
mind. But
understand everybody being against it because it is cheating to skip cutscenes. It is
yeah,
using cheat codes to skip them. Like I understand it completely. And I'm very much for a like vanilla run, like a pure unmodified run.
hmm,
The only exception is for me just how long the cutscenes are. Because after the because what we use for hacked file is we add 5 minutes and 40 seconds to our timer because that's how long all the intro cutscenes are.
hmm,
And then after that, you defeat the proto piranha that's in the plaza, and then you watch another like 20 plus second cutscene, and then you get into Bianco 2, and then you reach Petey, and then you watch another 20 plus
hmm.
second cutscene. It's like there's so many after the intro as well that I'm like, as much as I would like the game to stay vanilla, just get me through the intro, dude. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, like,
and then
looking
you got
back,
luck
my
after that.
opinion changed, obviously. I do
Yeah.
like adding the time back in, so I think that makes the most sense. I mean, well, obviously,
Yeah.
because you also can play on just a regular file and then, it
Yeah.
keeps it on par with everyone. But yeah, like, uh, I think it makes perfect sense to just because it doesn't affect like the actual skill of the game. So I think that's the
Yeah.
most important part. So all for it now, but I remember it being a talking point for sure because there's a lot of
Yeah.
like, trying to keep it as vanilla as possible. But as time goes on, it
Yeah.
becomes less and less reliable to do everything vanilla as possible, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like, the game wouldn't be as optimized, I don't think, today if there wasn't hacked file. If we were still just using new file or even peach file where you just skip the cutscenes that you can vanilla and then save the game and reload it.
Mm,
You can actually skip up until right before defeating the planet airstrip. So you can skip the intro cutscene, you can skip collecting flood cutscenes.
mm,
You can skip those and save the game in vanilla and just skip those for like a run, but even that is like that's still like only 2 minutes that you're skipping.
mhm,
I don't think without any sort of hacked file or modded file, the game would be as optimized today with just how luck based a lot of it is. You'd be wasting so much time watching cutscenes. I don't think it would have been, I don't think we'd be pushing 111 right now. I don't think it
mhm.
would be even close.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. So yeah, I think again for the game and the community, it was the best option because yeah,
For sure.
some things need to be removed, especially when you're just sitting there for hours of your life doing nothing just to get a chance at playing the video game.
Exactly.
I know it's a talking point for Mario 64 too, but at least that one's a little more manageable. It's only like 50 seconds.
Yeah. I'll throw out my opinion on that. Don't attack me, but like, I think the intro should stay because
Yeah.
I'm just saying only 50 seconds. I would gladly take that. I would gladly take 50 seconds. We
Yeah.
still watch like 50 seconds after the intro of cutscenes before we get into like content. So
Yeah.
I'm used to it, but like 50 seconds is not too bad. I think it's fair to keep that as plain as possible, you
Yeah.
know?
Uh yeah, like I don't really get doing it on reset. Like I don't know why timing couldn't start on file select. I think that's just been implemented since the dawn of time for that. So it's
Yeah.
whatever. But for me personally, as someone that runs it, I kind of like the 50 seconds because, yeah, granted, my runs aren't as optimized, so I am not as reset heavy as top level runners. But for me, I like having that break because the Nintendo 64 control stick isn't the most comfortable thing in the world, and to have a nice break period to not use it for a minute, I kind of like that because that game does not have a lot of downtime at all.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, especially for categories like 16 star 0 and 1 star. Like people would be if there was intro skip, people would be spamming runs, like
Oh yeah.
optimizing it and adding like I'm sure if intro skip was done, people would be trying that crazy LBLJ off the
Off the stairs.
SLBLJ.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah, I don't
people
know
would
about
do
that.
that with intro skip, but without it, I don't know. Because with it, it's like you got 50 seconds each run now. Like you're taking off 50 seconds of your time. Like you might as well just commit to it.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, but
Yeah, I think the time it is right now, like, doesn't really affect the strats. Maybe that would be the one
yeah,
thing, but I think most runners, like, know what they're trying to accomplish, even with or without it, it'd be
yeah,
fairly similar. Because I mean, Switch now even does just, like, the poke walk in Dark World, like, every
yeah,
run almost, which was, like, very much, "What are we doing?"
yeah.
But it's just what the game is at now, I guess.
Yeah, 0 and 1 star, so limited at this point with
Hmm.
how much you can improve. I don't think there's too much left for them.
Yeah, I think there's like just a few seconds for one, and then without any like major i- introductions to the route. I know Zero
Yeah.
Star's got a little bit more just because of how annoying and stupid DDD skip is, but other than that,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. But yeah, I don't know. That game is fun to watch. Have you ever run it?
Yeah. I have a I have a 16 on emulator.
Damn.
I
Okay.
don't have I've run 16 star and that's about it. On emulator, I ran it for like a couple months and never went back really. I ran it on console a little bit because I do have a console setup now, but I'm so locked into Sunshine, I can't
Yeah,
switch
that's
yet.
fair.
And I've got like a really nice controller.
Ooh,
Um, I've got like a proper, I can show it real quick. It's actually right next to me.
I don't even have a
I've got a
proper
nice,
controller.
I was lucky. I actually bought it off of Suichi because he was
Oh,
selling
okay.
controllers and he gave me access to get one early. I don't know
Nice,
how well
nice.
this is gonna pick up, but I've got like a
Ah,
nice clean
yes.
Pikachu 64 controller. I bought it off him so I could run the game on OEM because I thought it would be like better,
Yeah.
but I can't use OEM. My hands do
Hmm.
not like that controller. It hurts me.
Yeah.
Uh, I can't get used to the gate. I can't get used to how the notches feel on it. It's so different from GameCube.
Hmm.
I decided if I do run 64, I'm gonna use a Hori. I can't
Oh,
do an
okay.
OEM, dude. I can't do it. That
Yeah.
game is
No, I get it.
rough though.
Mine's still like stock everything, so you can imagine how
Yeah,
that is. And not only
yeah.
that, but my A button, the plastic piece inside the controller broke. So
Oh no.
like the A button works, but it doesn't push down really, or like you don't really feel it push down. So like it's still
Yeah,
usable, but like I need to do a lot of work
just
with
not
that thing.
ideal.
Not ideal at all. There's a reason I don't play Mario 64 that much.
Yeah,
It's just such a pain in the ass to get everything the way you want it, especially for N64.
it
Like the amount of
really
controller
is.
mods you
Yeah,
need to do. Oh,
yeah.
get steel bowls and sticks and not rugged top part or whatever. It's so annoying. Anyway, but at least it's functionable. So whenever I'm bored, I can use
It does work.
it. It does work barely, but it does work. But I mean, I know if you really want to have it feel familiar, you can just Wii VC it up with the GameCube controller.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I've thought about it, but I think if I do runs, it's going to just be 64. Like I feel like it would be in my best interest to run it the way most people would.
Fair. I mean, yeah, I just like running on original hardware because I think
Yeah,
it's cool, but I don't particularly care otherwise. It's more of a personal preference. So if I could get
yeah,
everything working the way I want, I'd run it more, but it's
exactly.
hard. But yeah, I stay away from Wii VC except when I like run it as a meme for other games.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean 16 is pretty fast for emulator, so
Yeah, I want to push it, but I really need to finish with Sunshine first, but I at some point I will pick it up and I will try giving it a fair shot.
yeah, because everyone you've brought up so far, like did it in Ouija or like top tier at both games. I feel like it's a big connection if you're good at one to get good at the other one.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's funny because this actually came up on my stream last night, but the transition from Sunshine to 64. is actually really easy.
Mm.
I imagine it's easier than going from 64 to Sunshine, but 64 and Sunshine do have a lot. Like Sunshine took a lot of shared code from 64. So a lot of that game is very similar with the way that it functions. And so playing Sunshine Forever, switching to something like 64 where it's like similar movement if you take away Flood, it's like it's very easy for me to pick that up. So like I'm not completely picking up a new game completely blind to like how it's going to function. It is very easy to transition to, so at some point I would like to go back there. There's a reason that runners like Dide and Ouija went from Sunshine to 64 and
Mm.
like just went off with 64 cuz like it's so much more fair too.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like you're getting a game that controls better and is more fair and feels similar. It's like the day that I pick up 64, I'm never gonna touch Sunshine again. I'll be so
Yeah.
honest.
All right.
It's gonna be so over.
So gotta reach all the goals in Sunshine before you even think about it.
That's exactly. I keep saying it, but like once I get a 111, I'm not doing any percent anymore.
Mm.
That game is not worth pushing unless something is found that's huge.
All
That
right.
category is so bad. And after that, I want to like maybe chip away at other categories. I'm gonna probably run 120. After that, I don't know if I'm gonna run Sunshine anymore, if I'm gonna go straight to something else
Mm.
because like I'm so done with Sunshine, dude.
Yeah.
It's so mentally draining.
So what's rough about it? Is it just like the RNG factor of it?
Pretty much. Like as much as I still fumble in runs, almost every level has one aspect somewhere of just pure luck that can just ruin the day. Like you can pick a level like even a level like the Goopy Inferno, Pianta Village 3. That that level you would think is straightforward. You get hit by the wind and with your iframes you skip the lava and you climb up to the flood and you finish the level. But there's a rare chance that the wind will not bonk you forward and you can't clear the gap without losing like a few seconds.
Mm.
Or there's a chance when you jump across the goop the wind will bonk you and pull you backwards because of the bonk. Like there's like little things that can go wrong that are out of your control. And it's like that for so many levels in that game that it's just draining because you think like you just need to practice, but like there's some things you can't practice. They
Mhm.
just can go wrong. And it gets mentally draining after many years of playing to like just keep doing that. When I see a game like 64 and I'm like, man, it's looks so much easier to just play it,
Yep.
optimize it, play it. Like I'm just like, man,
Runners will
I
complain about bad coin RNG and you're just shut the fuck up.
yeah, I'm like, bro, I got like dry slide. I tried to hover slide and the water just didn't spawn under me. Like even the basic movement of Sunshine has RNG. Like side flipping has a chance of just not inputting a side flip.
What?
Don't fully
What?
understand it, but you can drop spins. You can like there's so many things that can go wrong that are just you can't guarantee that it'll work 100% of the time. And I think that's the most brutal thing because it does that's like the most mentally taxing thing for me. Excuse me. Because it's just no matter how much you practice, you can't prevent little things from going wrong in runs. And I don't know. That's why I'm like, once I'm done with Sunshine, I don't think I'm gonna go back to it because it's just not gonna be worth it. It's already getting optimized to a point where like it's not looking worth pursuing.
I
So
see.
I don't know. Once I'm done with any percent, we'll kind of figure things out from there. But
Yeah. I know 111 is looking very feasible, which is already crazy to say, but yeah, I know 110 does not look very feasible right now.
110, oh man.
Yeah.
You
So,
need a lot of time save. I think if what's crazy is I think if 30 seconds of time save was found, I think that would be enough for it to barely be possible, but very unrealistic. Because right
yeah.
now, with what we know, I think a 111 3x is technically doable,
Hmm.
but you'd have to play the most crack run that anybody has ever seen and be luckier than anybody has ever been at the same time. But I think 111 3x is technically doable. So if you found like 30 seconds of time save, I think in theory 110 would be possible,
Hmm.
but right now it's not possible.
Yeah, no.
No matter what anybody says, 111's the end. Like right now, 111's the end. Nobody's ever doing 110 right now.
Yeah,
It's
so
not happening.
I totally get just ending it there since it's like the last major barrier feasible
Yeah.
at the moment, at least. You never know, but at the moment. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, not even bringing up just like the King Boo fight, just like help RNG fight, enjoy. And I've been
Yeah.
seeing people. I think it was that level you're talking about with the village where there's just the wooden bridge and people have just fallen through it.
Yep.
It's like, why is that
Yeah.
happening?
If you don't hover, you will just phase through the bridge because I if I remember right, it has to do with the way the bridge waves
Okay.
that when you build up a lot of speed, you like slide underneath the floorboard. I think that's what's happening. I don't quote me on that. I might be wrong, but if I remember right, it has to do with the bridge swaying. If you hover around halfway through the bridge, you will clear that gap because you will hover over that gap and you can jump out of it. But yeah, even stuff like just hover sliding, you can phase through the game because there's a lot of jank spots in the game like that too. Like it's just kind of a mess.
Yeah. Well, if you ever want a zero RNG game, let me introduce you to Mario 1.
True.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to the most optimized speedrun in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, you can always, just not hate your life and stop at a reasonable time.
I've actually thought about trying like not like full runs, but just individual levels.
All
Just out of
right.
curiosity, just like messing around with Mario 1. Because I've seen Ouija do it,
Mhm.
and it makes me kind of interested when he runs it, but I probably not. I've thought about it, but
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll try to do a few levels
Well,
because it
I
does
mean,
seem fair.
hit me up when
It
you're
does seem
interested.
fair.
I can assist. I know what I'm talking
Bro, that
about.
would be amazing.
No, like
If I actually find the interest, I will definitely reach out.
it is fun at the start. I understand once you have to add in frame perfect bullshit, it can stop being fun for a lot of people, and
Yeah.
that's usually where I say, unless you really want to get good, and a lot of people have gotten really good at this point, which is kind of wild, but there's like a reasonable stopping point to enjoy the game and still get like a really good time. Like I know like 500 people have a sub 5 now, but that doesn't mean it's free. And I think it's fun to be
Yeah.
able to at least achieve that barrier and then move on.
That seems to yeah, that's like the common one that I've seen, and that's the what I considered at some point, but I really don't see myself doing full runs because 'cause I've got, like, a lot of other runs that I've planned on. Like, I do plan on running 64,
Yeah.
obviously. Um, I wanna try Battle for Bikini Bottom at some point because I did buy a
Oh.
setup for it, and I do
Oh,
enjoy that
okay.
game a lot. The movement's really fun.
I
So
know that
I
game's
those are the
hard as
2
hell though.
games.
I don't know much
It
about it. I
is
just know it's hard as hell.
yeah, there's a lot of frame perfect stuff that's, like I won't play top level, but I do have an interest in running it at some point.
Yeah.
Um, and Luigi's Mansion. Those are like the 3
Yeah.
games that I've tried running. I do have times in all 3 games. They're not very good, but I do have times, and I can see myself after Sunshine running one of those 3 for a while and like dedicating time to. Um, Out of those 3, I don't know. But that's why I'm like, I don't think I'd run Mario 1 anytime soon unless it was just levels for fun,
Yeah.
because I have too much on the roster right now to choose from.
Well,
So
as a word of warning, that's how it started for me when I started watching. I was like, let me try some levels for fun. 9 years later, I'm still playing the goddamn game. so,
yeah, that's what I worry about.
so
I
yeah.
kind of worry about it.
But luckily, it's short enough where I don't know.
And
It's
it's
not like a
fair.
huge. Yeah, it's complete. Literally zero RNG is in that game. If you know what you're
Yeah, it's
doing,
just skill.
it is fully skill. So it's very nice in that department because yeah, I am very much an RNG hater, so I get it. Like the I can barely run Mario 3 just because you have a 1 in 8 chance of actually continuing your run if you're doing like any percent no wrong work. Cuz
Really?
hands. Yeah, like
Oh, it's the hands.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you have a 1 in 8 chance of continuing your run every time. It's great. Not to mention there's like 5+ second RNG swing everywhere else in total, which at a category that optimized is not very helpful. There are like
Yeah.
ways to kind of like fall on certain windows where you can get no hands or something, but like it's still
Yeah, I've heard something about that. Like, there's like you can wait for a specific timing and then spam left or something, and it sometimes it just
yeah.
works, but
The like people have manipulated everything to like get the early hammer and warpless, so they can manipulate all the
right.
brother hammer brother patterns in World 2. But you have to
That makes
do
sense.
frame perfect level, like hit finish levels frame perfectly each time. You need like a metronome to push the button. And you have to avoid any lag frames because any lag frames you get up until that point would throw off the timing. So it's like
That's crazy.
it's a mess. Any percent's I guess a little easier. You just start the time on a certain frame and just hope you'll usually fall on this window that's more likely than not, I guess, but it's still not
I mean, that
guaranteed.
sounds better. I
But
hate the idea of like having to time stuff while you're playing.
yeah, no,
I've
it's
always hated
ridiculous.
that idea because like sitting there listening to something, waiting for the audio cue to continue the run, just something about that drives me nuts. Like I would
Yeah,
just want to sit down and play the game, not set up anything else,
yeah.
like
So that this is an example of like the worst I deal with. So I can't even
yeah,
imagine like actual just RNG hell.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Again, this is why I run Mario 1 and 2J. There's
Yeah,
not really
way
RNG
more simple.
at all. It's great. But yeah, I mean I've run SM64 and again, there's not really at least especially at the level I play, there's like zero RNG that matters, right? So,
Even in top level, I think with like 16 star, it's very minimal RNG, right? It's just amps and like the boulder and HMC. I don't think there's RNG
yeah.
otherwise, right? Like it's very
Uh
minimal.
yeah, I can't think of anything other than like no, yeah, I guess not. I guess that really is
I
just
think it's
everything.
just the amps and the HMC. I think it's just
Yeah,
the
because you're
two.
not getting
I
coins that move.
yeah, it's a fair
Wow,
game.
yeah.
There's a good reason why people go from Sunshine to 16 stars specifically,
Yeah, I guess
just
part
or
of it
even
is
120.
when you start off, like the BLJs feel like RNG because you just mash and hope. But I guess at a
Yeah.
top level, you are trying
There's a
to time
practice
it.
thing.
Yeah.
There's a practice ROM. You can practice mashing at the right frames each time. And if you can time like the if you can get the timing for the jumps down, it's just getting the long jump to position Mario on the step. So it is like a two-step process, but
Hmm.
you can make it very consistent. Like I even though I'm not top level,
Hmm.
I've still like got BLJs down pretty well with help from top runners.
All right.
It's not as bad as you would think because as much as you'd think it's just RNG, like you can still call it luck because there's the human element that is kind of luck, but
Human element.
like but um it is just it does come down to just precise inputs. Like you can do BLJs pretty consistently. Like the only
Fair enough.
actual RNG element I think is just HMC's boulder and like amps. I'm pretty sure that's it.
That's like a second
So it's
each
like
too, which I guess top level it's annoying,
yeah.
but still a lot like run
I
ending
mean Dark World,
catastrophic.
if it's in Dark World, the amp can just ruin the cycle and you can lose multiple though.
Fair,
So like you can
yeah.
just reset Dark
Yeah,
World
but it's Dark
until you
World.
get a good one. So like the only real RNG that's gonna be like problematic is like HMC. Like
Yeah, you lose a second to a bad boulder, maybe. And
yeah.
I mean that does
So
suck, but
like
I mean if that's it, it's whatever.
yeah. Like that's fine.
Yeah,
I'd rather do that.
yeah, that makes
That's my
sense.
next goal. That's my next goal for sure after Sunshine is I want to get a 14 and 16 star.
Holy
That like
shit. Okay.
that is it sounds like a lot, but it's not. I really don't think it is.
Okay.
Um
Sure, man.
that's my next goal cuz
Okay.
I feel like I feel way more consistent at 16 star like in general than Sunshine. Like it's fair. Everything you do in that is fair. You
Yes,
know, like it
but
feels a lot more
damn.
consistent. I mean, on emulator, my best runs were like low 15 going into BLJs. Like
Mhm.
it's very possible for me to get a 14, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm not saying you
I
can. I'm just like, damn. That's a
I
crazy
know it's a
goal.
big goal. I don't mean to be like, guys, I'm the best. I'm going to do it. I
World
don't mean to
record
sound like that.
tomorrow, actually.
Yeah,
14
no,
2x attempts.
it's just like keeping in mind the like goals that I've been trying to achieve in Sunshine. It's like I absolutely see myself dedicating all my time to 16 star at some point and just full committing until I get it.
All right.
It's gonna be a grind, but that's my next big goal. Is like I really do want to grind 16 star. It seems like it's a lot more fun to do, despite the intro.
Yeah.
It
But
seems fun.
again, you're used to it being catastrophically worse, so it'll be fine.
Exactly.
You've mentally prepared
Exactly.
already. It's fine.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be interesting. I mean, still not too many people have a 14 right now, right? At least
I think there's like over 10 people with a
yeah.
14 now. Like it is becoming like a regular goal for a lot of people to just aim for is a 14. It's crazy because when I joined, the first 14 just happened, I think.
Yeah.
When I found speedrunning, like that was like a brand new thing was 14 just happened.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I don't know what 16 star is, but that's crazy. Um the fact that like 6 years later, like I'm actually gonna pull up the leaderboard now. There are 15 people with a 14.
15 now? Damn. I have not been keeping up then.
No, I didn't know there was 15. I thought there was 10. That's crazy. It's
Yeah, wow.
becoming like a more regular, just top level goal to just go for. And I don't know. That's
All right.
crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know that's still just not easy by any means, so but
No, it's not
you don't need any
easy.
of the really stupid things like the fire CBLJs or the
No. You don't need to do the HMC
sign
sign clip
clip. Yeah.
either, because that's rough.
That
The
is
amount of
rough
runs
as
I
hell.
see, people are more consistent at fire CBLJ now, I swear, than sign clip. Like I swear I see more people lose runs to sign clip than fire CBLJ,
It's
which
wild
is
that
absurd,
that even exists just because it's float
right?
precise, which
And
again
people
is like
can do
throwing a
it.
dart and hitting a red blood cell. That's what I always hear. That's how
Yeah, it's
small a
like
float precise thing is, but the setup just happens to work.
that's
Uh
what's crazy. It is that precise. Like Sunshine, funny enough, does have float precise ways of clipping through the map. And there are setups you can do to on purpose clip through the map through these points. But without them, it is exactly that. It is just such precise odds. You can't just do it on command.
mhm.
There are very few moments throughout my 6 years playing where I've just phased through geometry. Like there's very, very few moments where that happens because it's like if you could do that on command, by the way, there is a spot in airstrip where you'd be able to do that, and you'd be able to just defeat the plant on airstrip without watching Flood's cutscenes at all.
Hmm.
That would save a lot of time in a run, but it's again float precise. It's like there's no setup for it. It's float precise. You can't do it,
Yeah, no.
but it would save like 2 minutes if you could do that. That would be unreal if somebody found a setup for it. But it's literally that. It is like hitting a blood cell, a red
Yeah.
blood cell.
Yeah.
Like you can't you can't just do that. So it's so crazy that sign clip exists. It's so crazy that stuff like that is even found in this day and age.
Mhm.
Like that's so
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, I know a lot. Well, I don't know a lot, but I'm familiar enough with SM64 and like task community and everything to know about some of the wild stuff you can end up doing, like the tasks that came out
Yeah,
and kind of understand. Well, there was a bunch of new stuff in there too I'd never seen before, so that was still interesting. But yeah, when it comes to Sunshine, though, I think the first time I ever sat down and watched a full any percent Sunshine run was actually the opener of AGDQ this year. So
that's so cool. I appreciate you watching. That was a lot of fun. I was so tired. I didn't
yeah.
sleep much the night before, but um it went better than I expected. I kind of expected it to just fall apart. Um I'll be so honest, I was worried because the monitors in the practice room were not very good,
Yeah.
and I was kind of worried that that was gonna like be what they used, which it unfortunately was.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was gonna say I thought the
but
private practice had better monitors, but
they
I
used different monitors in the private practice room. They used like BenQ monitors in the
hmm,
private practice room, and in the open practice room they use like I don't remember what brand, but a like cheap
ViewSonics.
brand.
I know there's ViewSonics.
ViewSonic,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was like really not the best ones. And on stage they used a ViewSonic as well. And I was so
Mm,
sad because I was like, we were trying to debug tech issues beforehand because it was kind of problematic
mm.
and it just did not get fixed. They couldn't figure out what to do. And
What do you usually play
so
on at home?
I'm using an Asus monitor.
Okay.
It's like a gaming monitor, but it's just a proper like 14, it's a 2K monitor.
Okay.
So I'm
I,
running that
I
and I'm
see.
using a RetroTink to upscale.
Mhm.
So it's like
I didn't know if you were a CRT or like me, in which case, like, that would be vastly different than
no, I can't use
but
CRT.
really?
I my ears are sensitive to
Oh, really?
like high frequencies. And
Okay.
so any CRT I've ever had has had a high pitch ringing. Even at GDQ when I was around them, a lot of them have like this high pitch tone
Mhm.
that's just it drives me nuts and gives me a headache. I
That's
can't be around
crazy. Yeah, I
CRTs.
can't hear it, so yeah,
That's
people
the
will be like,
benefit.
"God, what is that noise?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" That's
Yeah.
wild, yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't use CRTs.
Alright.
Like, it's just that plus I feel like I'd get a headache looking at them. Maybe I'm
Everyone's
overthinking
different, so
that,
I don't
but
know. But yeah, no, I have a retro Tink as well, which is funny since I play on CRT, I do it just so I can upscale the capture for the stream, but
that's fair. That's
but yeah,
fair.
I've definitely messed around with monitors. Like if I'm gonna casually play a game, I'll actually do it on my like 4K television with the RetroTink, just to give like
Yeah,
a really nice experience. Like I played Paper Mario for the first time ever a couple months ago that way, and that was the good
that's
shit.
really
That was the
fun.
good shit. So I get it, but yeah, for speedrunning, I like need the CRT. That's like how I play. So adjusting to
There's
monitors
like
every
no
time at
input
GDQ,
delay.
it's so hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the monitors, I don't at most there's like 1 frame to me, and it varies. At least that's what I like to blame if I make mistakes, but I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you for certain.
I've been like I've always worried about that because what was really funny was I bought my second monitor right now. I bought that as my main monitor and it has ghosting really bad. So
Oh, yeah.
throughout my I think it was like a week of using it, I was being like, man, I cannot focus. I just everything is a blur to me. I can't focus. Turns out the monitor was ghosting really bad and there was input delay.
Oh god.
And so what I started doing whenever I would get a new monitor is I would slow motion record myself pushing an input on my controller while the timer's going in the game so I can see just how delayed the game is. Um, because fun fact, Sunshine has 3 frames of input delay built into the game.
Hmm.
So if
Mario
there's any
64 is
more
like that
than
too.
I think Mario 64 only has 1 or 2, doesn't it?
I mean, I
It's
don't know the
similar,
exact
but
numbers. I just know there was a built-in delay thanks
there
to
is.
some syncing issue or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, like it's just built into the console basically. That's just how it
Sunshine's exactly
operates.
the same way,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Like I'm telling you, Sunshine copied a lot of stuff from 64. They even copied the problems. So
Yeah.
there's like I'm pretty sure 64 is only 1 frame, but it might be 2.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the exact, so
Sunshine has 3 though, and so if
yeah.
you end up like if you slow motion record it doing an input and it's more than 3 frames delayed, that's a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So my other monitor had like I think it was like 4 frames, so it was like delayed by an extra frame plus ghosting. So the fact I was even playing on that and getting runs going was crazy
Mhm.
because that was terrible.
Yeah.
Current monitor, I tested it beforehand, made sure it's good. Everything is perfect. Uh, I threw away the box and I sadly found a dead pixel on my screen after throwing away the box.
Oh god.
So I do in fact always have a little green pixel visible, but other than that, I prefer monitor.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I get
it's
it.
I think it's better. I don't know.
Um, yeah, everyone's different when it comes to speedrunning. I get casual if you're like a quality nut like I am, like being able to blow up the picture and
Yeah.
everything's nice. And again, I do it just for capture purposes. Um, just like I stream in 2K, so I'm able to blow up, a 4:3 to 1440p
Yeah.
very easily and just use that and it looks super nice. But I have to play on CRT just for it being what I'm used to and the minimal input lag and everything. I can like see the pixels almost individually. It just it
Yeah.
makes more sense. But yeah, CRT has its problems. Like I have a flat screen, so it has warping issues and discoloration on the corners, blah blah blah. But I just need it
Oh.
for speedruns. That's how I operate.
Yeah.
I can play on monitor at GDQ because I'm not worrying about world record attempt level play, but for
Yeah.
high level play, I need that. That
No, that's completely valid. You got to be comfortable with your setup for like top level. For whatever you're like dedicated to, you've got to be playing on your ideal setup.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's the hard thing about marathons. Was that your first like in-person marathon performance?
Yes.
Okay, so
I
that
I
is
wanted to
that's a
go.
hard one to get right into is opening the event.
I
Damn, dude.
know. That's what was
Jesus
I was
Christ.
like I've never traveled before then either.
What?
Like so what happened
Wow.
was I um I ended up wanting to go to Pace many times.
Mhm. Yeah.
But health reasons I haven't been able to really go. I've been kind of just stuck at home.
Mhm.
Um, but finally I'm on a medication that's helped me. Because uh I've been through kind of like throughout my entire speedrunning career, I've been like putting up with health issues on the side
Mhm.
and trying not to make it really public, but I ended up like taking a lot of breaks from runs and not being able to really leave the house for very long due to them. So I wasn't able to attend events. I was invited to events before, or
Mm.
I was in like for Pace, I was like offered like if I raised enough money for charity, I could go, and I'm like, I can't even do that because I'm physically not well,
Yeah.
and like there was like a few times where I wanted to submit for GDQ, but I couldn't go.
Mhm.
Um, Finally, I'm able to go, and I'm like, just full send it. Let's just see how GDQ goes. I did not think they were gonna put me as the opening run. I woke up to that.
Yeah.
I literally woke up to people spamming me everywhere actually, being like, "You're the opening run?" I'm like, "What?" I how do you know this? I thought the schedule doesn't release for a while. But they, like, put on Blue Sky that, like, I'm the opening run for the event.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Oh, so now I can't back out. I got accepted to GDQ and I'm opening. So now there is no backing out. I have to go." So that was my first event to attend ever, and I was opening, and at the time, I didn't have my passport, funny enough. I
Oh
had
my
to rush getting my passport for the event.
god.
Um, so last minute, I got my passport, like, literally, like, I think it was, like, 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before I got it, and yeah, no, that was my first time going to the States, being on a plane, attending an event, opening for the event. It was a lot, so I don't know. That was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed it a lot. I met a lot of people who I've been wanting to meet since I started running. So
Mhm.
it was a crazy time, honestly.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That just I'm sure it was super stressful, but geez, just doing all those things right away for the first time.
I don't mind though. I mean,
Okay.
it is
It
a
worked
lot, but
out. It
like,
worked out.
yeah, it's fine. I can
What's
push through
nice is
stuff.
you open the event and then you can just chill the rest of the week. A lot of people,
Mhm.
that have runs later have to stress about it for like the first few days or even the whole time until they do it
I
at the
mean,
end.
I was stressing like the night before. And it wasn't even a lot, but a little bit because I wasn't getting much sleep.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
at that point, it's like 4 a.m. and I'm like, I have to be up in 4 hours and do the run. And I got 2 hours of sleep before doing that run.
Holy shit.
So the fact that it even went okay was mind blowing to me. I felt bad because I was like, I'm super grateful for the commentators because JJ Pumps and Rose like hard carried that event. I was not able. I was not in a state to talk. Like,
You've locked in.
I don't know. Rose also didn't get sleep the night before. We were both stuck awake, actually.
Mm.
W because he was commentating, uh, alongside JJ and Pumps, so we both didn't actually get much sleep. So, the fact that it went well was like, I don't know. I really thought it was just gonna fall apart after that, but I'm grateful I didn't run too far over estimate. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, it went fine.
We were
Um,
fine.
well, for my first full run experience, I probably seen like one or two other ones. Maybe I just don't remember them. They weren't recent, but I remember enjoying my time watching. So that that means anything.
That's what I hear is people said they enjoyed it, and I'm like, that's all that matters is that
Yeah,
people
yeah.
enjoyed it. And I appreciate everybody who's like watched it live and watched the VOD and everybody who just watched it in general. Like it means a lot that people still watched it and enjoyed it because that was my worry was it wasn't I didn't perform as well as I wanted to. And so I was beating myself up over that. I will
Mm,
be completely honest because
yeah.
I didn't perform ideally to my standard. But people still enjoyed the run, and I got to show off a lot of it that I got to show off the strats that I was really wanting to showcase, and that's all that really mattered, so
Yeah, the
I'm very
casual
grateful
observer is
that
not gonna notice all the minuscule
exactly.
bullshit, so it's like, who cares? Yeah, I mean,
Yes, yes.
especially for like a first live marathon run in your opening ever, I think that was pretty good. Because oh my
I
god.
appreciate it, I'm glad. I'm just glad people enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's wild. Um, but yeah, no, it was fine. Um, and yeah, that was the first time what Sunshine 90% was at GDQ for a while, I think.
Yes, it was actually, which was even crazier
Mhm.
because like, I remember before like, I say that I was introduced to speedrunning through Dide, but I've known about speedrunning for a long time. Like back in like 2016 or 17, I would watch clips from Fire Dragon on YouTube.
Mhm.
I saw like I don't remember who it was, but I saw a super old GDQ of Sunshine Any Percent. And I saw clips of I believe it was Bouncy Boy doing Any Percent. I've seen like clips in the past of GDQ playing Sunshine, and I never thought that I'd be on that stage playing the game. So the fact that it even happened is crazy because like yeah, it the last time it was played before then was I believe it was Bouncy Boy and I believe it was s- I don't remember. I don't remember if I think it was 2018. I can't remember if it was
Jesus.
2018 or before then.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just know, like, I've been to what, like 10 or plus GDQs at this point. I've been to everyone since SGDQ 2018, except for
Really?
SGDQ 2019. Yeah, I have a problem. It's fine.
That's not a problem. That's sick. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Well, now you can. You can start now. I know you were at the
Well,
most recent one, so.
I'm so far West Coast, it is, like,
Yeah,
impossible. I
that's.
have to it's, like, expensive for me to get across because 'cause I'm on an island too. I have to take a
Oh.
ferry across and then fly out, and so it's, like
Not to dog what, Vancouver Island?
Vancouver Island,
Wow,
yeah.
damn, okay.
So, I
Jesus.
am in Vancouver, but I'm on the island, so I have to take a boat to get across to the airport where I can fly anywhere. So, it's, like
Well, I
it's
don't
a
know
bit of
how
a
much
pain to
helpful
get
this
there.
is because you still have to cross country borders, but I'm going to PAX West here in Seattle in a few weeks for a GDQ
Oh,
thing
that's
at PAX
sick.
West. So, like, if you need something at least slightly more local, that's probably more doable for you.
I didn't even realize that's coming up. I
Yeah,
feel like I did know, but I forgot. I'd have to look into that. I probably wouldn't be able to go,
yeah.
but I
Well,
can at least look
in
into
the
it.
future, I'm just saying if that's like something you could more realistically consider attending, if you submit and get in, they waive the badge. So you just go to PAX for free.
Do they consistently host it like
They have
in
consistently
the
hosted
same
it since
area?
2024. PAX West is oh, if you mean PAX West in general, GDQ started going to PAX West in 2024, and it's been there every year since. So two
Oh,
two more
okay.
years. I think PAX West has been in Seattle for like 10 years consistently.
Okay. I
Don't
had a
quote me on
feeling that it
that,
stayed
but
there, but
yeah,
yeah,
I think it's
GDQ
been
going I
staying.
knew was more recent.
Yeah,
That was something that I was told about like last year when they went. I was like,
yeah.
they're going to PAX?
So
Like,
based on all the information I know, um, up GDQ at PAX West in Seattle will be a yearly thing. As far as I know,
okay.
I'm not staff or anything, but that's what it looks like at the moment. Unless something
Yeah,
catastrophic happens, I'm pretty sure that's going to stay consistent. So, uh,
that's good to know.
yeah, because
Yeah,
they do
because
accept a lot more just like general stuff. Um, Usually they're more like
interesting.
regular. They do more fun stuff here and there, but it's usually more just like regular showcase speed runs.
Yeah,
They usually take a nice good variety of people, but they'll also take things that they'll know people at PAX would like to see, and I feel like Sunshine stuff or any Mario thing, it's like a shoe in. Every single time I've submitted to a
yeah,
PAX event, I've gotten in. I have a 100% consistent rate right now. So,
that's crazy. Okay. Good
so
to know. Good to know. Writing it down.
yeah, write it down, write it down.
That's good to
So,
know.
I they had Mario 64 at it last year. I know. So,
Okay.
they had it.
Yeah, I did know
Yeah,
about that.
Theron did 70 at West last year, and then this year Beeb did 120 at East. So they love Mario
Okay.
64, and I don't know if they've ever had Sunshine at a PAX. So I mean, there you go.
Interesting. We will
Next
see,
year,
because
PAX West
that's
2027.
so much more accessible.
Yeah, you see, I'm good at helping people find their events based on location. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend PAX in general because it's like $300 for 4 days or something ridiculous, but if you get into GDQ, you are considered like a special guest and you don't get charged for it. So you just get to go to
Right.
PAX for free. You just have to do a run, which, oh no, I have to do
That's
a run?
crazy.
No.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, cause like the main expense for me for GDQ is flying. Like
Yes.
flying, cause it's both me and my boyfriend going. It's like expensive for us to go.
Mhm.
So like to to go to like just Seattle,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's so easy for us to go to. Like
Mhm. See,
that would
for
actually
me,
be
I
way
have it
better.
I'm fucked no matter where I go. No matter what, I have to travel because I'm in the middle of the
Oh
United
no.
States in a city that no one
No.
likes. Shout out St. Louis. So I have to
That's so
travel no
unfortunate.
matter what I do. So, and I make it work, but what's nice is because of how much travel I do, I know where all the events are and I can help connect people to their more local thing. See,
That's so
I can help
convenient though.
people with what I don't get to have. It's great.
That's still so unfortunate though. Like,
It's
I mean,
whatever. I mean,
to be fair,
I
the
wouldn't
West
recommend
Coast
St.
doesn't
Louis
have a
anyway,
lot.
but that like I've traveled to Chicago for something. That's still like 4 hours for me, but I Grand
Right.
Pooh Bear did a little mini thing in Chicago and my brother was going to a concert in Chicago, so we just drove up and
Oh,
I
that's
did my thing, he
sick.
did his thing and that was fun. And then we drove back home at 4 a.m. Uh,
That's so convenient.
yeah, so like that's the only time I've been, like, realistically able to drive. I've driven to SGDQ, which is 9 hours twice, but I wasn't the one doing the driving, and the first time was just because I was younger, so a parent kinda just drove me up there to make it easier.
That's
Um, and
crazy.
the other time was just, again, a convenient thing. Usually, I just fly everywhere, but, yeah, I've never been
Yeah,
a
for
nothing's
sure.
ever been really local enough to drive, so
No, that's like for the West Coast, anytime something is being hosted in the West Coast, it's California.
yeah,
It's
and that's
always
the other hard
California.
thing, yeah, is or just the West Coast in general doesn't get a lot of speedrunning events.
It's
Um
always Cali. Every single
mhm,
time it's like we're doing this event, it's in like LA or it's like it's in California in
yep.
general. I'm like, bro, I can't. That's there's no difference between that and going to like East Coast. Like it's the same. Actually, no, it is cheaper to
Yeah,
go to California by a lot. I don't know exactly why, but it's way cheaper for flights there.
mhm,
Um, but it's still expensive.
yeah,
Nothing is ever in Seattle. Nothing's ever like right there. It's always California or it's all east. All of it's east. And it's like
mhm,
I can't attend that.
yeah. As
It's
far
too
as West
much.
Coast, there used to be Cali-Thon. That ended. California, though. TwitchCon is in, like, San Diego. But yeah, the one thing, and I don't know about like more smaller in-person events. I know there's a bunch of them spread around, but I don't know where all of them are, and I can't think of anything on the West Coast in terms of that.
Right.
But I can say PAX West always has GDQ there, and that's always in Seattle. So that's the like Pacific Northwest thing
That's so convenient.
I can
That's
think
like
of.
perfect.
So there you go. You can think about that for next year. I mean, I'll be in Seattle in what 3 weeks. So there you go.
That's
Coming
sick.
it's coming up. Speaking of expensive flights go, god damn that was like almost 500 US dollars. So that was fun.
Oh boy. Yeah.
What's nice about my location is I can get cheap flights to anywhere like in the mid Midwest to East. Like they're around 2 to
Right.
$300. In fact, my SGDQ flight was 150. Nonstop both
That's
ways.
crazy.
Banger. But usually it's like 2
Our
to three
flight
hundred
was like
dollars.
10 times that.
Yeah.
Like it
Oh,
was rough.
fuck. That's crazy.
No,
Um,
it's legitimately like over $1,000 to fly out like a round trip to
that's
anywhere east
yeah,
and
that's
back.
messed
It's like a
up, but
thousand plus dollars. It's rough.
yeah, I mean, I've never visited Canada, so I don't know what it would be like for me to like fly into Canada. Maybe it's a country border thing, but I don't know.
I know that flying across Canada, like inside Canada, is expensive, but going from Canada to the States and back, I don't think is too bad.
Oh, okay.
I I think traveling just within Canada is expensive, and
I
it's just
see.
because of the way that Canada is built, because it's like
Built like a straight line.
two-dimensional. Yes, exactly. It's
Well,
like
no,
you can
it's got a
only go
lot of
one
vertical,
way.
just no one lives there. But
Well, yeah, nobody lives there, nobody can fly there. It's just not
yeah,
tolerable, and so it's a lot more expensive to travel within Canada than it is anywhere else within
yeah,
Canada to the States and back. Like, it's not bad at all.
yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that being much more unfortunate. Again, I wouldn't travel as much as I do if the prices were anything like that. I would just never go anywhere ever. Holy shit! But
Right.
yeah, the one fortunate thing about my location is flights are relatively cheap if I have to travel to 90% of things. But anything West Coast, I'm looking it's getting a little more fucked up. but
Yeah.
it's still not terrible. Uh, so not complaining too much, but because I still spend couple $1,000
A
each year on
lot.
travel because I am
Yeah.
addicted to going to every event. Went to HDQ, went
Yeah.
to SDQ, went to PAX East, going to PAX West, went to a Mario 1 tournament. I'm
I wish I
fine.
could do more.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish, but it's just too
yeah,
expensive. I
and the
would if
one
I could though.
Canadian thing I can think of is no reset, and that's in Montreal, which isn't helpful for your situation. Is there really
That's like
nothing in
worse than going to the
Vancouver? That
States.
is really interesting because
No,
it's
there's as far as I'm aware, nothing's ever really around. Like,
yeah, like,
if anything's
even the
nearby, it's
Pacific
Seattle.
Northwest, like, yeah, I can't think of anything, which is kinda wild, because that is a
No,
pretty
it's really
popular
just
area,
Seattle.
and it's so, like, closed off from everywhere else. You think people would come together
Right?
and figure something out, but
There's like, as far as I could find, like the only thing that's ever video game related that's like an event is like local Smash events, and they're always
yeah,
like a multiple hour drive from where I live, or like
mhm,
Vancouver mainland, and I'm like,
yeah.
I can't attend those either. Like, it's
Yeah,
still,
no, I get it.
I don't know how to play Smash, and I don't want to go all the way out there to see people play Smash because I don't know anything about it.
Alright. No,
So,
I have the perfect solution, actually. It's called moving. No. Sorry.
exactly.
It's just
No,
that
someday,
easy.
someday.
Anyway, I've gone horribly off topic, but you know, I gave you important information, so I feel like it was worth it. Anyway, um, I, I know I brought up GDQ, talked about, and then yeah, you went to SGDQ though, but didn't. I don't think you did anything in terms of the stream itself, right?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Like you didn't do anything at SGDQ other
No,
than
I
just
didn't do
attend.
anything. Yeah, it was just attending.
Okay,
Um,
because I was like, I know I saw you that one night, but
yeah, no, we very briefly got to meet because I barely met anybody there. I
really,
wanted to meet up with people, but anytime I wanted to meet up, it was people inviting me to a room with like a bunch of other people, and I didn't
yeah,
want to do that every night.
yeah, I
So
get that.
like
That is the
I
vibe.
wanted to just
So.
exactly. I wanted to hang around the practice room and just kind of like hang out with people, but nobody was ever around.
Yeah.
Um, I also would be told like, "Oh, this person's in here right now," and I'd go there and I'm like, "Where?" And I wouldn't see anybody that I'm aware of, and they just disappear. So
Yeah.
like, I barely got to meet up with like anybody there. Everybody's always been in their rooms, so like,
Mhm.
it is what it is. But it was nice to catch you and like a couple other people right before leaving, because like, if I remember right, that was the night before I left. So
Maybe. I
the
I
night
I
that
don't
I
remember. It was really late, and I was just in a room doing you know what when it comes to
Yeah,
GDQ and
no.
parties, but
Yeah, that's I was just I mean, we were like Rose and I were just hanging out in our room, just chilling for most of the event. Very rarely, like, we would have people over just
Mhm.
cause like, if we weren't just hanging out in the room, we were in the practice room or, like, just in the lobby, just hanging around, or we'd go out to, like, the mall or anywhere. We were just kinda enjoying, like, being in the area,
It is a
and
nice area. That's my
it
favorite place to
is.
travel to, actually, is Minneapolis. Of all the places
That
I've
was
gone.
so much I'll be honest, that was so much better than Pennsylvania. I'm
Oh my
sorry,
god,
but, like,
yes. No.
I did not enjoy our time. Neither of us enjoyed our time at Pennsylvania
It's
compared to
way too
Minneapolis.
cold, just way too cold.
It was
Yeah.
there was just I don't know. It just wasn't the
Yeah.
same. It
Yeah,
just
no, no.
wasn't the same.
Minneapolis is by far my favorite place to travel to consistently for a speedrun event. It is the temperature's always perfect. There's so much to do downtown. Traveling's fairly easy. Uh
Exactly.
it's perfect. Plus the people there are really nice. Just banger. Banger
Yeah,
area.
it was really nice there. Just in general, it was nice.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I love Minneapolis so much. It is, I think, the place I've traveled to the most because AGDQ bounced around a bit. The first time I went, it was like in near DC, north of DC. Then it was in Orlando. Then it was in Pittsburgh for 3 years. But I've been
Right.
to what, like 6 SGDQs now, and they've all been in Minneapolis. And I love traveling there every time.
That's sick. That's sick.
So
Yeah, there was like the
W
rumor going
Minneapolis.
around when I was there too that they were done with Minneapolis.
No.
And then at the end of the event, like it was just a rumor. Like I don't and it wasn't just like one person telling me. Many people told me that. Like it was spreading around the entire
Hmm.
building that they were just done with Minneapolis, so enjoy it while you're here. And then at the end of the event, they're like, "We'll see you here again next year." I'm like,
Yeah.
everybody was lying. Where did this come from?
Um
And it was people were saying that staff were saying it.
I
And I'm like, "What?"
I can't go into too much detail. Again, don't know anything for sure because I'm not staff or anything. But based on my
Right.
rumor mill, um, I was just told we weren't going to get the Hilton again. They were going to go back to the DoubleTree, which is where GDQ used to be a couple of times, which is just closer to the airport, not downtown. And I don't really
I
like that area
see.
because there's not a lot of like restaurant options and it's hard to travel in that area. But, like, the
Okay.
hotel and venue's fine, and I heard they were just moving back there because they, like, couldn't get the hotel for next year or something, and then we're gonna move back. But again,
Okay.
this is all just
It's
hearsay.
also
None
rumor,
of yeah,
but
it's a complete rumor mill hearsay means nothing. So, I don't
that's
know.
still better than what we were told. We were told, like, for sure that they were just done with
No,
Minneapolis, and
yeah, that
we're
was
like,
not that was
"No,
not
dude."
real. That was not real at all. I didn't
I'm
hear
so
that,
glad.
luckily. I heard, like, different
That's good.
hotel, but same Minneapolis, which, yeah. Again, yeah, I would be so mad if they gave up
Bro,
on
everybody was so
Minneapolis.
sad.
Yeah, no,
Anybody
I
that
don't.
shared that were, like, genuinely, like, depressed from it, and I
Yeah,
was like, "Man,
yeah,
that's
that would have
crazy."
been tragic, but especially, I think what it spawned from was their opener, like a big Minneapolis kind of thing. Like we've been here so many years, we're still here. Like I can get like, oh God, is this because it's the last time? Is this their like goodbye? But no, no, we're good,
Yeah.
we're good.
That's crazy, though.
So
No, I'm glad
I
they're
get the
staying.
scare, but yeah, it should be Minneapolis. Again, if it is this other hotel, the location's not anywhere near as good, but it is still Minneapolis. So like if you really want to, you can still hit up all the usual places. You'll just have to travel more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If it is at the old hotel again, I went there 2 years and I mean I enjoyed my time. There's just not as much to do in the nearby
Yeah.
vicinity. But it is a good vibe. More intimate
That's good
too
then.
because you're more all stuck in the hotel and got to figure out what to do from
Yeah.
there. So,
Yeah, a
but
lot of the time people were out and just, like just going out to do stuff for
mhm.
most of this SGDQ, and, I mean, I also went out, like, a fair bit, like, we went out to shopping and eating out at places, like, a lot because it was just nice to be out. We were by everything, so,
Mhm. Yeah, having that
yeah,
hotel smack middle of downtown is so nice.
yeah, super
So,
convenient.
I'll miss that if the rumors are true, but it is what it is, I guess, because
Praying,
yeah, that Hilton
praying.
is so perfect as a venue. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely my favorite. Just overall, my favorite place to go is that for an event. So, anyway, hopefully that will come back again.
Mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
don't exactly
I hope
know, but
so.
I mean, either way, I'll be at SGDQ next year because my addiction will not be cured by then. I guarantee it.
I mean, it's fun. If you can
Yeah,
go,
no,
it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
it's a good addiction to have. Well, in every way except financially, but
That's the only issue,
yeah,
yeah, but it seems fun. If I could go, I would go.
yeah, like yeah. Again, if I would be just constantly depressed if my tickets were any higher. That's like the one
Yeah.
lucky thing I have. Nothing local, but at least traveling I can do relatively easy. But the amount of traveling I do, I spend a lot of money on it. So I mean, is what it is. Anyway, um, I haven't really gone over your history with Sunshine. We kind of just talked about you starting running it and then jumped straight to, oh yeah, the GDQ run, that was cool. Let's talk about GDQ for half an hour.
And we've just
I
been
should
talking
probably
about it.
I should probably go into the like in between eras. That would be smart. So I don't even think we talked about your first run.
I mean,
Like,
hey, we're having fun,
we
so,
are
you
having
know,
fun, but
I don't
I
have a
should
problem
try
with
to get it
it.
on this back on some sort of topic that I usually do. Um,
No,
but
that's fair. It's fair.
but yeah, we can go over like the more timeline kind of thing I usually stick to with when you actually started running the game.
Yeah, my first run, I don't even remember my first run, I'll be honest.
That's fair. Who does?
Um, I think my first finished time in Sunshine was a 130 something. It was like a 138 or something like that.
I feel like it's
Um,
not bad, right?
no, it's a really good first
Yeah,
run,
okay.
honestly. Like all things considered, it was a really solid run. Um, I think I mentioned it at the start of the podcast, but the way that I did a run was I learned the first half and then I ran through the first half of the run and
Okay.
then I learned the second half and then just did the whole run.
Mhm.
So I did have that like head start of doing half the run to begin with, but my first full run was like it was just under an hour 40 and it was actually really solid for what it was cuz that was at the time like not the easiest to just do, but no, it was a solid time.
Mhm.
Um
And you play on a Wii, right?
at the time, I think I played on emulator
Oh,
with
okay.
a I actually I don't yeah, I think I played on emulator with a broken Xbox controller.
Oh,
The Y
perfect.
button the Y button didn't press. It didn't press. You just tapped it because it was stuck in and it would input.
Hmm.
I played on that and what's super funny is I actually recently went into the Sunshine community server and I searched for the search term of like Xbox controller or something. And you can find my message from like May of 2020 where I asked, am I allowed to run on a broken Xbox controller or does it matter? And I was told even if I wanted to on console, I could. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, I might do that. Stupid idea. I never ended up committing to it because I realized how dumb that is, but there's evidence that I did in fact run on a broken controller when I started.
Mhm.
So
Uh,
that was fun.
Does I forget? Does that game separate emulator and console runs?
Um, does it now? I don't
I don't
remember if
know.
they separated it yet.
I
I we were in the talks about separating it, but I don't know if it ever
okay.
actually went through. I can quickly check because now I'm
Sure. Yeah.
curious. Because
Because I know
there's
I'm so used to Mario 64. And I don't know how like accurate the like GameCube emulation is because I know N64 is kind of finicky and that's why they separate it. And then for NES, like what I'm used to, we don't because it's like perfectly accurate, so it doesn't matter. So
yeah. So runs are not separated by
Okay.
emulator. They are just bundled with um the regular runs, but you're not allowed to submit a time on emulator that's faster than an hour and 25 minutes. That
Oh,
way it's
okay,
like
interesting.
it's an interesting way to do it. If we separate emulator, um it would be probably better that way because a lot of people are I mean, we're already separating it like GameCube and 3D All-Stars and probably NSO shortly. Um, it would make sense to also add emulator, just why not?
I think my
Um,
fire alarm is going off.
is that what that beep
Yeah.
was?
Well, I think it was like the smoke detector low battery sound, but
Yeah.
that was interesting. And
Was it just the beep or
yeah,
did it do more that didn't pick up?
it beeped like a few times, but it stopped. So, yeah, it's just the low
Hopefully
battery
that's
sound.
nothing.
But
I hope so.
well, yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Well, first of all, I'm in the basement, so I'd have like the easiest way of escaping. Um,
Just climb
I
through
have
the
one of those
window.
basements that's half underground, and then the other side has like an entryway straight to the
Oh
backyard.
yeah.
So like, I'd have the
Yep.
easiest way of escape. But yeah, no, it stopped beeping immediately. So I think that's just the low battery sound. But that was interesting. I don't think that's ever happened before on
That's
here.
awesome.
So there you go. First for
um
everything. Anyway, uh,
Yeah, so I don't know. Emulator is not separated. It is
mhm.
still part of the main board.
Yeah,
It's probably gonna be separated at some point.
that makes more sense because I like having like emulator runners be able to be competitive. Like I don't like when leaderboards say this is your time cutoff. Now you have to switch to console or too bad, so sad. Like at least
The
separate the
only
leaderboard so you can
reason
stay competitive in some aspect.
yeah, that's like the whole reason that it's
Mhm,
being considered. Because yeah, it makes sense to separate it for just emulator runners to be competitive, but um the only reason I can understand leaving it the way it is right now is because Wii's are very accessible.
mhm.
So
That's
and
fair.
copies of Sunshine are pretty cheap. So it's like it's very accessible to just buy a Wii console and do runs compared to like buying a 64 controller or like another type of controller and an adapter and like all the cables to upscale and whatever. Like
Mhm.
the Wii is super convenient because you could just buy a Wii, cheap Wii to HDMI. Like I can't understand it if it stays this way, but we definitely are considering separating emulator. I don't know if it's going to be done because it's been like discussed like for a while, but
Mhm.
there's a chance it gets separated sooner than later, but we will see.
But you started with emulator though, right?
I did start with emulator. I switched pretty quick.
Okay.
I switched. I think my I think it was like my third run. I actually don't know. I feel like I did run on Wii, but with Nintendo.
Mm, nice.
I think I learned on emulator, but I ran on Nintendo, which is like that wasn't allowed back then. So I just did
Mm.
the runs for fun. I don't think I ever submit them. Um, but yeah, because I didn't want to play on emulator. I really didn't. Um, it felt gross because the game is like absurdly clean, like to a point where it's like it's obviously emulated and it has input delay. And I didn't like that. So I'm pretty sure I ran on Nintendo, but I learned on emulator. I'm pretty sure. I switched to Wii a good like few runs in though. I ended up buying a Wii and a copy of the game. I have a tweet of just me holding the game somewhere because I bought it like pretty quickly. I was like, this is my new addiction. This is my new hobby. So I did buy a copy pretty quick, and yeah, now here we are today. It didn't stop. I got the same copy being used, different Wii, same disc. I'm actually using memory cards from childhood as well. I've got like super old memory cards. So a lot of nostalgia went into this.
This is just a personal interest question, but is there any advantages between original GameCube and Wii, or did they play the
No,
same? Okay,
they're exactly the same.
that's nice.
The only thing is GameCube has longer loading times by
Oh, it
like
has longer. Okay.
yeah, GameCube loads for like an extra. eh, This question's strangely come up
Hmm.
a lot the past 3 days, which is like
Oh,
so
my
bizarre.
bad.
But no, 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 no. It's not a problem. It's just so random because nobody ever asks about GameCube. And the last 3 days, I think I've had the most questions about GameCube loading times. Um, but the GameCube loads at least I think 20 seconds slower than the Wii.
Jeez.
I could be wrong
Is that over the
because
course of an
people
any percent
don't.
speed run? Okay.
Yes, over the course of any percent. The loading times on average are like an extra like 0.2 slower, I think, each
Hmm.
for like loading the plaza. Loading
Interesting.
levels is like 0.1. I don't remember. But I am not 100% sure because I've not done testing on GameCube like at all. I've
Hmm.
tested Wii's like crazy. I've found the fastest Wii's you can run on. I've like done my research, but I've never touched GameCube. I don't even own a GameCube. So I can't confirm load times,
Well, I do, but I've never
but
used it.
but I'm not going to share my loading times.
Well, I don't have the
Um
game or
exactly.
even a good cable for it yet. Anyway.
No, that's fine though. I don't know. Nobody really runs on GameCube because it's known to be slower and it's harder to find GameCubes.
Hmm.
So people just don't want to anyway. But
Fair.
from what I understand, people used to say it's like a minute slower, 40 seconds slower, but I think some of the fastest GameCubes were only like 20 seconds or so, maybe less. So if you want to run on GameCube, you can. It's not a problem. It's just less accessible than just buying a Wii.
And slower, so like why when you can
Yeah,
just do a Wii? Okay.
you can't use practice codes on it either because it's a GameCube. There's no Nintendo program, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, there's definitely ways to get homebrew on GameCube. I don't know the
You can,
process, but I don't know how that works for
but
practice, but
it's a lot harder from what I
it is.
remember.
Okay. Damn.
A lot harder to install.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's just not worth it.
yeah, I have the GameCube for the Game Boy Player. It's just since it's also a GameCube, I'd use it as a GameCube too. But yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Obviously, the Wii is marketed as like also a GameCube in there, so it makes more sense to just use that for conveniency.
exactly.
And then if it loads faster in general, then it's a no-brainer. But I was just curious, since obviously it's a GameCube game, how does the original
Yeah.
hardware stack up? But
Yeah, no,
makes
it's
sense.
exactly the same. The only console that's different is the Switch.
Mm.
All the Switch versions, NSO, 3D All-Stars, they are using Nintendo's own custom emulators, and so they are buggy. They
Mm.
have
All right.
differences with the way the game looks, the way it plays. It's just slightly like there's input lag, which sucks,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
brushing over that, like there's just a couple emulator bugs with the game itself. Um, Nothing crazy, but even then, it's like it's so minimal. Like
Mm.
there's no real version differences in Sunshine. There's different copies of the game. Like there is different versions of the Japanese version of the game.
Hmm.
Um, you can either get the 1.0 version or you can get the 1.1 version. Wow, my headphone does not want to stay on right now. You can either get 1.0 or 1.1. The only way to tell which version of the disc you got is by looking on the inside ring on the like reflective part of the disc to see a 1.1 or a 1.0. If you get 1.0, that's like the fastest version. If you get 1.1, that's like the same as the US version, which is like super slow.
Hmm.
Load times are crazy slow. It's just not ideal.
Yeah.
So there are version differences in the game, but there are um No console differences that I'm aware of. Nothing obvious about consoles, at least. I don't know any differences myself.
Okay. But yeah, for you want Wii with Sunshine Disc 1.0 Japanese.
Yep. Yep,
Optimally.
that's ideal.
Okay.
The PAL version's also fast, but it's
Mm.
a little bit harder to play. It's got like slower loading times than Japanese. However, the text is a lot faster. You
Hmm.
can use a faster text. Some of the tricks are faster. Um, yeah, there's a lot of game differences between Sunshine, like region differences, but that's it. That's all there is.
Yeah. I'm used to PAL being just completely different from NTSC. Mario 1, the game
Yep.
complete controls completely differently to the point where
Does it
technically,
really?
yeah, like you can get like I forget exactly, but you can beat the like the task everyone's trying to tie. You can beat that on PAL in theory,
Oh,
but
right. I
yeah,
think I did
just
hear
because
about
like
that.
it's mechanically a different game. Like the leader, we finally separated the leader. This was a few years ago still, but like for a while, the leaderboards were combined, but we eventually separated them between NTSC and PAL because it's literally just mechanically a different speed run. There's no reason for
I
them to be
see.
treated the same. So
That's fair.
I don't know how that stacks up to other games. I'm just when I think of like a PAL version, it's like, wow, it must be completely mechanically different.
I mean, yeah, I know like PAL for like Luigi's Mansion is like the hidden mansion, the basically new game plus is completely different. It's harder and they reversed the entire map.
Hmm.
So like
Mirror mode.
yeah, exactly. Literally mirrored mode. And for Sunshine, PAL version is just it's basically the same as the US version, except you can have a faster text boxes. That's about it.
Hmm.
Like, there's nothing crazy about it, but yeah, no, compared to the JP versions, it's like PAL and the US versions are different, very different.
Okay.
Nothing's too crazy about PAL on its own, though. Just faster text.
Hmm. But all right, so we you know what version to use now at least, but
Yep.
and so when you switched over to console, did you also get like the Japanese disc right away and everything to
Yep.
make sure it was
I
okay?
did. I didn't own a copy of Sunshine, not since childhood. I've run
Hmm.
as a child, I ran through multiple discs, but I never was able to keep one in good condition. I have brothers who,
Hmm.
would try their DJ set with the Sunshine disc and just scratch it up,
Nice,
like
nice, yeah.
sit there spinning it on the desk. Um, but I got the JP copy. That's all I own now. I don't have any of the NTSC ones that I had as a kid. I just
That's all you need.
none of them stayed. Exactly. Don't need anything else. I'm fine.
So how were improvements after the swap?
Um, it didn't do like a lot for me because like I already ran on the Japanese version on um the Wii like with Nintendo.
Hmm.
So I was already prepped for running it officially. Um Once I was playing it properly though, I had more confidence because now I'm playing it legitimately. Like I'm playing it in a way that I can submit times, so um I did feel a little bit more confident, but that's about it. The improvements were still just gradual, but I was getting there.
Hmm.
Um, I would say the first 2 years of running the game, I didn't improve very much. That the first 2 years were very, like, slow with health issues being a problem, um, and just not being as invested in the game as I am now. Improvements for the first 2 years were very slow, and I think if I remember correctly, I had a 120 by the end of 2022 or 2021. I don't remember my timeline. I genuinely have to pull up my timeline because I don't know it. Um, let me see. Okay, yeah. Um, I actually had a 120, 121. Oh, actually by August 2020. What? Okay, well, apparently I improved faster than I thought. So I had the very beginning of 2021. So not even a year later. This was about 8 months after I started running the game that I got a 118. So for the time, that's crazy.
Mhm.
The improvements from that point though to like 116, 115 were so slow. Like it took over a year to like really progress. Like that run is so hard to get good at. Like improving from like 120 all the way down to like 115 is such a slow, tedious process. But once you get to like, I want to say 114, that's where the game just becomes like so much easier to play. Like there's something about getting a 114 that you realize where all your losses are and you can like optimize it. But up until that point, for me at least, it was like a struggle to figure out like how I can play without losing time in every level and figure out like where I can improve stuff because I was already doing fast stuff at like 120 and at the like 1 hour 20-minute mark, but consistency didn't build up until way later. So long grind of just nothing for like 2 years. It was pretty rough.
And all you did primarily was just that, right?
Yep. I think at that time I also ran 64. I have 64 times from when was this? 2021, May 2021.
Hmm.
I have a I have a 17 that I submitted in 16 star from 2021. So I did run during the like drought of PBs and sunshine. I did run 64 for like a couple months. And yeah, I actually yeah, it was like a couple months. So that was it though. Like I didn't deviate from sunshine to anything else. It was just 64 for a short period. Everything else was just grinding the game.
And that stayed true until the current day.
Yeah. Um I'm just like looking through my PB history right now because
Yeah,
I don't even remember it if I'm being honest.
that's
And
fair.
it's like once I got sub 120, it really did feel difficult to PB. Like I got a I when I got my 118, that was the beginning of February of that was the beginning of 2021. And it took me 1 year to bring that down to a 116. It took me a solid year to improve by like what is that, a minute and a half? That's crazy. It took a whole year to PB at that level at that time. And then uh yeah, it once I reached that point, I finally broke I think a mental barrier and figured out what I was doing wrong and I started that's when I started actually grinding ILs. I think my biggest flaw, like something that I try to also encourage people to do is grind practice, like actually commit to practicing because so many people don't and they just push out runs like I did. That's why I was stuck for like over a year just with the same time because I didn't practice enough.
Mhm.
And so once I broke that mental barrier and PB'd, between the 116 that happened, it was May 2022 all the way to uh October 2022. I went from 116 to 115. It was actually a 1 minute PB. And that was just because I was within that time frame, I was just doing level practice. I was no longer doing uh like just runs. I started actually committing to practice. That was a huge help. That's all I needed because it's boring. It's really boring, but like it's so important to like know where you're losing time. And then that PB, the one it's 1:15:16 in October of 2022 to March of 2023. I went from 1:15 to 1:13. All I did was optimize ILs. I didn't do like any runs really. I barely was doing runs. It just was ILs that made me realize like I'm just losing time by not being consistent. I'm just losing time by not practicing. That's all it is. It's not that I'm bad. It's not that like I can't do it. It's just that I'm not practicing. And so my biggest thing that I advise people do is just practice. Like commit to practicing. Not enough people do it.
Hmm.
Like it's so overlooked, but like practice. Cuz that's my timeline is it's so nothing because
Hmm.
I wasn't good. I didn't practice. Once I did, my PBs were like I don't have a lot of PBs either compared to a lot of runners who submit like 30-second PBs or 15-second PBs. Mine are always like 1 minute jump, 1 minute jump, another minute jump. And it's because like I didn't improve ideally. I was really just not. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like tangenting a few
It's
times here, but
it's fine.
um no, my whole timeline is very like there's not a lot to it until like 115 happens. It's really just like a bunch of big jumps, very slow progress. Um I think 113 was like that was the beginning of like an actual grind where I was like locked in.
Was that when you
113
were
is so
finally thought about like world record?
yeah, because at the time getting 113, there was only uh 3 people who had a 113. It was JJ, Dide, and Guy who was banned and no
Mm-hmm.
longer playing. And he had the world record at a low 113 with a death in Corona. He had a 113.17 where he lost 16 seconds dying in Corona. This was back in when was this 2022? No, it was 2021. Um, that world record stood for 3 years, I think. It was so far ahead, and it just seemed so out of reach by like everybody. Um, at that point, it was just I think it was just him and Dide who had 113s. And then JJ got one. And it was still like, if I remember right, it was just faster than Dide's run. So 113.44 was Dide's run. JJ, I think, had a 113.30.
Hmm.
And it's still so far off. from the world record that I was not looking at world record. I could see it, but being the fourth 113 and barely getting it, like, because I got a 113.51, being still so far away, I didn't see it happening. I didn't see anybody beating that anytime soon. That was still so, like, that was like 112 pace before 112 was even realistically gonna happen. It just came out of nowhere, just a fucking 112 run. Like, it's still so far ahead for the time that I don't know. I didn't see it happening. Yeah, so and it still stood for like, so long too when people were trying to grind for 112. It was such a hard time to beat. Um I didn't set my eyes on world record until I think it was 113.38. When I got that PB, I was more like I was seeing it more because like it's close enough to it, and I knew my time losses. I could see it happening, but no, it was still so far away. um, yeah, it took me from 113. I got 113 mid 2023. It took me a full year before I ended up beating that world record's time. I didn't get world record with that. I never had a world record in the 113 range. Um, but I did eventually beat what was formerly world record that seemed so unbeatable. I beat it by frames.
Hmm.
That's when I set my eyes on world record. That's when I officially set my eyes on getting world record.
And
Because
what was it at that point?
that was second place by like 2 frames.
Mhm.
And
No,
I was
what was
like,
the world record time at that point?
oh, it was at that point, I think JJ just got 113.08.
So it was pretty
And
close then.
yeah, it was very close. I think if I'm remembering the timeline correctly, JJ got a 113.08, which beat the 113.17 by like just enough that it was like 112 is right there. It's
Mhm.
now very possible. Anybody's game. And Tobo started picking up the game again. Long time runner. Um, and he ended up beating the 113.08. I don't remember what time he got, but he ended up beating it with a very low 113. And so at the time, actually, what's funny, before he beat JJ, Tobo actually tied the 113.17. So at the time, it was a 3-way tie of 113.17, which is insane because nothing like that's going to happen again, I don't think. But there was a 113.17 from 3 runners and JJ with the 113.08. At that point, it was just anybody's game to get 112, and that's when the race started of who's going to get the first 112. Um, Spoiler was it was Tobo. Uh, came out of like I think at the time he was retired too, but he came out of that retirement to grind the game and ended up getting the first 112, which was so crazy
Yeah.
because he's been running for like over a decade. He's been running for so long and he just did it. So that happened. And then that stood for a long time. And then eventually, actually, I didn't stand for that. That's a lie. I'm misremembering. That did not stand for a long time. That stood for like a month, and then I beat it.
Hmm.
Um, he beat the 112, and it's just at that point, any optimizations from like 113 onwards were just like small optimizations. Like there wasn't like a lot of big things to do. It was just be consistent and optimize little things. So like beyond 113, the whole grind just became like really tough. 112, oh boy, oh boy. We're in a tough time.
Hmm.
Because now the game is just all optimizations and playing consistent. There is nothing to add. Um yeah, we're now at a point where like the only thing that we can do is just play consistent, get lucky, and if the run's like not doing well, I'm personally throwing in IL strats that wouldn't normally be done in runs just to like see what can happen because there's not much to do. There's no like crazy strats to add besides strats that are inconsistent from just level practice. So from 112 onwards, it's just consistency grinding. There's not much to to this day from all the way from honestly 113, 17, like there hasn't been a lot of improvements. The game has just been, you know, optimizing stuff, like playing consistently well. There's really not much different. Same runs, different consistency. I hope that wasn't like too much of a ramble about it, but
You can ramble as much as you want. That's the joy of podcasts.
yeah, it's just I tend to like go from one topic to another or like get too in depth about it. So if anybody's listening and got lost, that's my bad. Um yeah, no, it's my timeline's very like I probably have one of the least interesting timelines ever because I didn't I didn't like improve at a consistent rate. I improved like suddenly by a lot. So my whole timeline is just like 118, 117, 116, 115. It was just like big jumps. And it was always like, I don't know, long gaps between each PB. And I never was like, I don't know.
Well, the jumps aren't
I
so
don't
big
know.
anymore.
No, they're not. Now it's like you can't physically do that. I
No.
I the biggest gap that I almost pulled off was the 111 pace I had. Um the current goal now like once 112 happened, nobody believed in 111. There was very few people that believed in 111. But 111 was just too far away. Everybody's sum of best segments amounted to a low 111 at the time. Like to get a 111, you had to play within a minute of your sum of best
With
throughout
good
the entire
RNG.
run. Exactly. And it's like that's not possible.
Mhm.
But as the like time goes on, chipping away at like optimizing stuff, my SOB now is uh a 110.29 if I exclude like a bunch of garbage
Hmm.
that I wouldn't go for on actual runs. Um that's like now 111 is possible. Like now it's actually possible. And so my PB today is a 112.15, which I got just about a week ago. Um it's now so close to happening. Each PB is like 5 seconds, maybe like a little more, maybe a little less, but it's like the most I PB by nowadays is like 10 seconds, which is crazy because it used to be huge, but it's now like minimal. And a couple weeks ago I had a run that was I almost finished it. I was really close to the end and my best possible time was still 111. Didn't happen. But it's right there, and so it's just a matter of time before it happens. I really hope the 111 happens soon. I'm hopeful it will happen. Um, I think I don't know. Honestly, it's just a matter of time. I'm trying to add more stuff to my runs to just see if it can happen sooner, but it's just a matter of time. It's either gonna happen soon or it'll happen years from now. Who knows? And at this current moment in time, it is August 15th, so of 2026. At this current moment in time, nobody seems motivated to grind for it besides me, and even I don't want to do it. So that I feel like says a fair bit about how rough it can be.
Okay. Sorry, I had unexpected interruptions. It's fine.
All good. Welcome back.
Hopefully that wasn't too awkward. My bad. Anyway.
No, I can yap forever. We're good.
Good, good. Uh, it's the joys of not living alone, right? Anyway.
I was so happy to move. That was the you know what? That's like my peak moment for speedrunning, I won't lie, is moving out of my parents' place to be on my own because now I can like I can do
Yeah.
this without being bothered or,
Well,
you know,
I don't see that happening ever for me, so, it's fine.
I mean,
It's
it's
fine.
not a big problem.
No,
It's
it's not
fine.
a big problem, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, um, so yeah, I know like the most recent record had a substantial death, so the fact that it's as low as it is
True.
wild.
Yeah, I mean, the death was only 10 seconds. It's not like too
It
crazy.
didn't kill
I think
111
it's
or
funny.
whatever, but
Yeah, exactly. Um, I think people take the death as like you lost 30 seconds.
hmm,
Like if you watch it,
no.
you'll be like, "Oh, it's just a minuscule death. It's like a small thing."
Yeah.
But it sounds worse than it really is. So it's kind of funny to be like, "Yeah, I died and I still got it, guys."
Yeah.
Like being honest, I don't think that can happen again. I think there's just enough leeway to like get away with it now. I
Mhm.
don't think you can realistically die and pull off world record now unless your run was like crazy 111 pace. Like I don't think it's
Well,
realistic.
just tie your run and don't die. Then it is.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's the plan.
But so just need not that death in 5 more or I guess 6 more seconds technically. So
Yep.
that's all. Easy, right?
It should be. It
Well,
should be. I've paced 111 into late game. I've paced OX into late game too. Like it's just a matter of like clutching it out at that point. It's really hard to clutch out a run like that though.
do you know
It's
like the
so
approximate odds of RNG you need to pull off a run of that
no, a
caliber?
lot of people ask like just how much RNG is in the run or just what are the chances of getting lucky enough and it's like you can't really say because again like every single level has like a small bit of luck involved somewhere. So it's just like it's so annoying to say too like yeah, the game's luck based, but like when you're trying to optimize it to the point of saving frames on every level, it's like each 1 second loss from a level adds up and makes 111 less likely. So like the odds of getting a perfect run are just that's why 110's not happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you could guarantee perfect RNG, I would say it might be possible one day, but too many levels have small luck-based things that there's no way you can just predict probability of like getting the run. It's just not possible. There's
Mhm.
a few big points I can say. We do know the odds of specific levels. Um, like King Boo, I believe it's a 33% chance of getting no extra cycles, which is ideal.
Mhm.
Um, with Manta, it depends
Yeah.
on the player, but like Manta is like I'd say it's a 50-50 on getting like a continuable segment. And with PD in early game, it's just there's 700 patterns he could take.
Mhm.
There's a high chance of getting a decent one, just based on the way that they work. But I'd say about like 40% of runs will get past Bianco 5. I think like with the odds of 40% getting past that, 50% getting past Manta, and 30% getting past King Boo, the odds are pretty unlikely that you're gonna get like a crazy run.
Yeah.
And that's excluding all the little stuff between because there are some levels that can lose like 10 seconds here and
Mhm.
there because of luck, but the big ones, it's like you've got a low percent chance of getting like a super lucky run, all in the same run. Just it's very low odds, but it's still not like 1 in 1,000. Like it's still like eh,
It's
I
manageable.
I yeah, it's manageable. It's not the
But
worst.
and not to mention still need all the skill, which is not free.
That's the issue, yeah,
Yeah.
it's playing really well and then pulling all that luck off. And then the last world is Noki Bay, which is like no RNG, just pure skill. And it's like cycle-based levels. And the last level, you want to knock down Shadow Mario, preferably instantly with a ground pound. If you don't, you lose 5 seconds. And it's like you have like 1 or 2 frames to do it.
Hmm.
It's really tight. So it's like you go through this gauntlet of luck, you get to Noki and you go through this gauntlet of skill, and then it comes down to are you going to knock down Shadow Mario fast? And it's like the probability of that is so low, just pulling everything off and getting lucky enough that it's like it's a bit frustrating. It's frustrating. It's
Mhm.
very frustrating, but um no, that's Sunshine.
No.
Then you get to Corona. Corona, the sad thing about Corona, it's one of I believe personally that the Bowser fight in Sunshine is one of the most exciting end games for a speed run because you've got 30 seconds of downtime before you go ground pounding all the posts to knock them down. It is one of the most hype endings to a speed run watching the final few hits. The only thing is even that level has luck on whether you get hit
Yeah.
by goop. So you could be on 111 into there and get hit by goop that flies out of the tub and lose like 6 seconds. And then the run's over. Like
Yeah.
it does come down to that as a big worry. But
It's funny because one of
I
the
still
things I have to say about the final Bowser, at least from a casual standpoint, is it's like the easiest fight ever.
it is. It really, really
Like
is.
like I
It's
get having
just
the nerves and having to deal with RNG, but other than that, I feel like if especially like if you had no RNG from the goop, it would just be like the easiest fucking end game ever. Just the easiest final you don't have to worry about these goddamn Bowser throws or anything. You just like blast, ground pound, move. blast, ground pound, move. It's just it's
Yeah,
so
it's
easy.
very
What is
straightforward.
this? What is this fight?
Even in practice, it's, like, super easy.
Hmm.
It's literally just the chance of goop hitting you that makes it inconsistent. Because
Yeah.
even if you get hit by goop and it's still fine, like, lining up your next rocket launch is no longer, like, muscle memory.
Hmm.
Because you could be gooped anywhere on your path. And
Yeah.
then from that point, it's like, "Okay, well, now I have to, like, reorient myself with the platform and, like, launch at the right time with no speed, just walking speed, and try to like time the ground pound perfectly again to continue the cycle. And it's like continuing that sometimes is like really rough. I tend to miss a ground pound if I get hit by goop because it's really awkward.
Yeah.
But if you could get rid of goop, that is one of the most straightforward boss fights. Even with goop, I think it makes it exciting watching somebody finish a run because you're like praying that no goop hits them as they're
Hmm.
finishing it. And every time they hit a new post, it's like you pop off because they did not get gooped again and they're
Yeah.
still going. Like, I don't know. I've always liked the ending of it. It's so cool.
Yeah. It's like exciting for like the jump scare factor instead of like the it
Exactly.
being like actually difficult, intense for that reason. It's kind of
Hmm.
interesting.
That's my personal take on it. A lot of people probably hate it, but I like it.
I can get it being annoying from a runner perspective, from the casual observing the speed run perspective. I can see it being
Yeah.
exciting. Like for Mario 64's ending, that's notoriously like hard and
Everybody counting the
tense.
throws.
Like there's no really RNG there, but the
Yeah.
skill to do that fight quickly is difficult. Where in this case, the skill to do the fight is free, but there's RNG that could just fuck you over. It's like, oh, so
Yeah.
it's a tense finale regardless. Great.
I've always tried to like compare it, like make a comparison to 64 where it's like every time you throw Bowser, there's a chance the bomb throws him farther back or closer to the next bomb. Like that's the
Hmm.
only way I can make like an example out of 64 for it, like how crazy it can be. Cuz
Hmm.
like if you every time you threw Bowser into a bomb, if he had a random like knockback speed,
Hmm.
I think that would be like similar to how Sunshine is cuz like there's just a chance, that things don't go right. There's a good chance it goes well, but there's always that chance that things go wrong.
Hmm.
And so it's like, I don't know. I I like the ending of 64. I like how straightforward it is and like
Yeah. No,
it's
it's a
still
thrilling ending, but
it
again,
is.
it is like, and it can cause heartbreak. There's a lot of emotions happening there, but at least it is
Yeah,
like all skill and
exactly.
reacting
With
to the
Sunshine,
skill
it's
you've
like
done. But yeah, there it's just like, well, good
exactly,
luck.
yeah. Cuz from what I remember being told, um if you throw him into a bomb on a specific frame, like if you throw him in like the first bomb at the last possible frame, the next bomb throw is like frame perfect or something like that. Like there is frame timing apparently to throws where if you like blow them up at specific points, the next one's almost impossible.
Yeah.
So it can be like really rough if you time it wrong, but it is very consistent, which I always thought was really sick. But that's why I'm like Sunshine, it's like you're on edge the whole time it's going on. With throws, it's like you're just praying that the runner hits the throws.
Yeah.
With Sunshine, it's kind of like you're praying that he doesn't fumble and he gets lucky and it's like I don't know. I've always liked that excitement, that on edge feeling of watching someone clutch out a run,
Have you
you
ever
know.
lost a personal best to getting gooped at the end?
Oh, I don't think yeah, no, I did. I remember actually there was a video that um was made about the grind to 112, the like
Mm.
112 race, and they showed a clip that I forgot existed where I was no longer 112 pace because of the like infamous level Noki 6 went wrong. The
Mhm.
secret in Noki Bay that can just go horribly wrong. It went wrong, and I was no longer 112 pace, but I was still pacing second place. And I got gooped, I think, in Corona. And I think I really depressingly said, well, guess I didn't want second place anyway. I didn't even remember that happening. I guess I blanked it out of my memory, but I did apparently lose a run that was second place going into Bowser once because of Goop. And then I think I missed a ground pound, but we don't talk about that part.
Yeah, well,
Um,
it's because of the goop. Like, you wouldn't have missed it if you didn't
yeah,
get goop. So it's
exactly.
like, yeah, yeah, perfect.
So I think that's the only time I've ever lost a run to Goop. I know JJ has lost runs to Goop. He was
Mm.
on a crazy PB pace once, a low 113, I think. And there's a rare chance that you get gooped while you're way up high, and it changes Mario's angle to like face away from the tub,
Mm.
and there's no way to get back to it. If you get gooped that high up, there's a chance that you just get turned away so that you're guaranteed dead.
Wow.
And he had that happen, I think, back to back twice in that run on low 113 pace.
What the fuck?
I
Oh
think
my
that's the
god.
only time I've ever seen that happen in a run. And it happened twice, and it was so sad
Yeah,
because like
I thought it could only hit you when you were relatively close to the bowl, like when you're diving towards it and do the rollout to set up the next
there's a
boost.
rare chance that like it launches next to where you launch off the platform.
Wow.
So like as you launch off to go to the next one, the goop will have this big wave go straight up to where you're rocketing from,
Mm.
and it will hit you at the peak every time. There's some, I'm pretty sure there's some consistent goop patterns with the way that it launches out of the tub because they always look exactly the same when they hit you like that too.
Mm.
It's the exact same, like the goop launches up directly at you and changes your angle and everything. I'm sure there's a clip somewhere on his channel, but
Wow.
it was so devastating
Yeah, that's some
because
bullshit.
that was a crazy run for that to happen on. It was a huge PB pace, if I remember right, too.
Like,
No, that was tragic.
people oh my god, PBable still with the reset, but then it happened again type deal.
I think even after dying, it was still dead. So
Okay.
it was just like salt into the wound
Okay.
of already losing it. Because I'm if I
Well,
remember right, he lost PB by like a fair bit from the first death, and then it happened again. It was just like, okay, well, that's just insulting. Like
yeah, that's messed up.
that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever, like, seen it happen, so I didn't know how catastrophic or rare it was, so that's
That's why you
yeah.
haven't seen it. It's so rare.
I mean, at least
Like,
it's rare, but yeah, it's just rare enough to keep you on edge at the end. Alright. Like,
yep,
that is
it
exciting.
can happen.
But hopefully, it doesn't happen on a nice 111 pace to Bowser, you know?
I think it'll I don't know. At this point, like I've been lucky with Bowser fights. I've said this for the last few paces I've had, but the last several runs I got that were like 111 or low 112 pace got super lucky in Sirena, which is like and in Bowser, which is incredibly rare.
Mhm.
So I'm expecting my next several runs to be unlucky. I'm already anticipating it. I expect to be gooped in Corona. I expect King Boo to be bad. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be upset, Like I feel like it's gonna the first 111 pace was destined to perish to like something in late game. Like it just had to.
Mhm.
Nobody clutches out something like that, right? But like, you can, but, like, the odds of just PBing by, like, 30 seconds and getting it just doesn't make sense. It
Yeah.
had to die somewhere. But now that I've done it, and I've done late game practice and paced 111, I've done several runs that were 112 OX in late game. Um, it's like, at this point, I've gotten lucky enough to get those runs this early. I anticipate the next several to be just unlucky, and that's, it is what it is. If
Mhm.
that's how it's gonna be, I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna be too upset about it. Like,
Yeah.
that's what the game comes down to now. Just how's your late game?
Yeah.
Like, did you get lucky? Like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
you can stop at any time. You're doing this to yourself.
yeah. The only person making you do this is yourself.
But
I have a lot of chatters it's the common thing of like, you should take a break or
yeah,
like you should
love
stop. And
those.
it's like, dude, the only way to do this is to keep going until you get lucky and you pull it off. Once it's
Mhm.
done, it's done. Like, you gotta commit.
True.
It's right there, dude.
Yeah. You
I
think we'll
think it'll
see it by
happen
the end of the
soon, but
year?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful in it because it's it sounds absurd to be like, "Oh yeah, 111's already happening," when 112's only been done for, like, 2 years now, and it's, like, so absurd to push it an extra minute, but, like, there's there's only luck stopping it now.
Mhm.
Like, you can get pretty consistently runs that are good enough, but you'd have to get stupid lucky. That's the only thing that's left, is just grinding out runs until you get lucky. There's no improvements left. It's just grinding the game. So at this point, it could happen. It could happen now. It could happen 2 years from now. But like, I'm hopeful that with the pace that I'm going, I'm hopeful that it'll happen this year. And if it doesn't, that's fine. But I feel like it's around the corner now. I don't think it's far.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
minus the deaths, only 6 seconds off, so
Yeah, and it's like, I've had multiple runs that were like pacing a 112, like, 05 or like 08, something around there. I've had multiple runs get into Noki Bay that were on that pace. Like, it's not unrealistic that it'll happen. The only thing is, it's only me pushing any percent right now. Like, and I still stand by this. I'm not the best top runner. I think
mm,
there's a lot of top runners. I think almost every other top runner uh is better skill and consistency wise than I am. The only reason I'm here is everybody else doesn't want to do it because it is a grind and people are busy. So I don't know. I'm inconsistent. So it could take me a while. I might not get it. Who knows? But I'm hopeful that this year is the year it happens. I don't know.
so you've done 120, right?
I have, yeah, for a couple months. I did 120 runs. I made the switch. When I came back from was it when I came back from AGDQ? I think, yeah, I think when I came back from AGDQ, I decided that I'm gonna come back doing 120 runs, and I commit to 120 runs for several months. Um, I think it was February through June I did 120, and I'm currently 6th place. Improving beyond that is pretty rough because in 120 there's like RNG, who knew? But
Shocking.
but at the very end of the fast routes that you can do, there is a fruit machine that that infamous fruit machine. Uh, it you have to get a durian out of it, and it's a 1 in 5 chance, I believe, of pulling it. And you can either get it first try and finish the run, or you can get it like 20th try and lose like 2 minutes. In my personal best, I got 8th try, so I lost like a minute trying to get that durian out. And JJ on his PB also lost a minute to the same exact thing. I think it was 8th try. And it's just that's how the run goes. It's
Wow.
like 120 is it's fun because it's different, it's long, people enjoy watching it because you're doing a lot.
Mhm.
But from my perspective, 120 at top level is not fun. There's too many end game worlds that are just full of luck that just ruin the paces, and it's like you can be so far ahead of your PB, get to the end of the run, the last like 20 minutes, and lose all of your progress. It's it's probably more painful, I think, than losing any percent runs.
Mhm.
I did not want to continue that. Like, I was so determined to finish with any percent. Like, I did not want to commit the time to 120 because that's just time consuming. Like,
Yeah.
that run's also 3 hours long. So, I don't know. Wasting 2.5 hours on paces is really heartbreaking. I can't I can't do that. That was the most frustrating category I think I've ever run. After
Um,
any percent, I'll probably go back, but
okay. Are there any other
we'll see.
categories that you've done in that game?
Uh, I ran Duck Riders, which is a goofy category extension where all you do is unlock Rico, finish Rico, and then talk to all the Piantas that are floating on the water to get a secret one-up mushroom.
Oh.
That's a goofy category extension that exists because not very many people knew that that one-up existed. So a whole category was made to see how quickly you can get it. Besides that, that's the only category extension I've ran. I
Hmm.
think it's goofy, but that's it. Like it's any percent brief 120, a day of that. That's
That's it.
it. So
That's funny because
yeah,
I know
I don't.
there's a category where you get all shines that aren't blue coins, which
Yeah, that's
is interesting.
96 shines.
Oh
That's
no.
everything but blue coins.
Yeah, which
Um,
is an interesting idea. Um,
I've thought about running that because I like that because
mhm.
that's a fun idea of doing everything but the boring stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like anything but the extra. Um, there's also 79 shines, which is everything but blue coins and Delfino shines.
Mm. So just all leveled.
Um, just all levels, all secrets and levels, the hiddens, everything in the levels.
Hmm.
And then there's also all episodes, which is just episodes in each level.
Hmm.
No bonus hidden shines, no secret, no nothing. So those are the three categories that I'm like thinking about. I don't know if I'm gonna run any of them, but I've thought about doing it. It's on the back burner. But right now it's just for me any percent 120 because those are the two main ones.
Yeah,
Only really focused on those.
makes sense. But I'm definitely very much a do random category extension crap when I'm bored. That's what I built my reputation on like 7 years ago. So
That's so fair though. I mean, if Sunshine had shorter ones, I would do them, but all of Sunshine's categories are like 40 plus minutes long. It's like
Mm.
I'd rather just commit to a full run, you know? Like
Yeah,
I
at
don't
that
want to play
point.
40 minutes of climb on all trees. I'm okay.
All tree. Everyone
Like I'm
loves all
okay.
trees. Yeah.
Yeah, it's popular in Sunshine too.
Great.
It's been like it goes through phases where people run it. It's kind of goofy,
Hmm.
but it is a category people have run. But it's like 40 plus minutes or something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. My category extensions are all like, between 5 and 20 minutes. It's great. You can just play bullshit for a little bit.
yeah, that sounds fun. That actually sounds fun.
But yeah, not every game is short as hell for good reason, I guess. But
Yeah,
it's hard to get more bite-sized challenges out of that, I guess. Well, anyway,
yeah.
that sounds like it pretty much covers everything, right?
Alrighty. I
I
mean, I can't think of much because I feel like I rambled so much about
yeah.
like my times. I don't know if I missed anything. I feel like I unleashed everything I had to say without realizing.
Yeah, like
Um,
I think we went over everything except like intricate sunshine details, but I don't know if that's interesting or not. I feel like that's
intricate details.
like, like, oh, what's this trick? How does it work? Oh, what's this? You know?
I mean,
But
I can share that are some there are some strats that are being theorized for doing in runs,
mm,
but are like too difficult to rely on. Um, because we're at a point where we're desperate for time save. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel for anything now.
yeah.
And one that I'm doing personally is for Pinna Park's Shadow Mario. There's a strat that you can it's kind of a 50-50 for me, but there's a strat where you can ground pound spam spray Shadow Mario and it kills him instantly. You don't because normally with that Shadow Mario, you have to wait for him to either go a long way to the right or a long way to the left, and then you can get him. Um, but there's a strat that I'm doing that's like you can 50-50 instantly knock him down at the beginning and save 2 seconds. If you don't get it, you lose 2 seconds. So
Mm,
like there's a lot of strats like that now that are being attempted or theorized or like, being routed in, but there's like I don't know. They're not fun. We're actually at a point where all the leftover strats that we're just trying to shove in are not fair. Um because there's also Serena 2. Um that secret stage, there's like a tight strat to instead of breaking this big wall of bricks to climb up the wall, you can like do some really funny wall kicks to just climb up the wall without breaking any of them. That saves less than a second and is so tight to do. And then at the end of that secret, there's a very precise spin jump you can do that saves 2 seconds, or you die trying and lose 40.
hmm.
So we're really at the point where we're considering it.
Oh
People
my
are
god.
are implementing it. It's not consistent, but it's being implemented. And it's like these strats are tight. Like there's a few levels where you can do spin jumps like that too. They've been dubbed butt slides, but they're not butt slide spin jumps. Um, 64 has the same thing where in if you're on a slope, uh, there's no friction and you can just carry your speed running around the slope really fast instead of getting walking speed. Like if you roll out onto a slope, you'll just continuously have full running like rollout speed running around. Sunshine does the same thing, and we can use that for a couple levels where you can run up a slope and buffer a spin jump, get extreme speed and fly across the map. those are the strats we're considering now for like runs, and they're just so risky to do because if you don't let him run enough, or you jump too early, or you don't hold a good angle, you lose all that speed and you just jump and die. Those are like really risky strats for like 2 seconds each, but those are in consideration now. And we already do some strats like that, like the a lot of people know double butt slide. Um, that's referring to doing two spin jumps in the secret out of butt slides because you carry momentum into it. And it's another case of it's a really tricky strat because you're buffering an input precisely during this animation to carry momentum across the stage. And for the longest time, people didn't even want to do that because it was tight. And if you die, 40 seconds gone.
Hmm.
Um, that's become normalized though. Is that strat's become like you have to do it at top level. Um, so now implementing harder versions of that is like, I don't want to, but it's becoming realistic, and it's like I don't know. The game is that's so rough, but we're trying to do it. There's not too many strats like that either in the game. Like it's mainly momentum spins and butt slides. Those are like the two like risky strats that are like really cool to watch, but very inconsistent to do. Um, are there any tricks like in particular that are like interesting or like
Well, I know the famous one is the clip in the one beach stage.
gelato?
Yeah.
Yeah, GBS. Yeah, that
GBS.
one's interesting because it was it was a Spyro runner that found it. It was a trick that was for a long time just wanting to be done, but it wasn't done. And I wasn't around for this, obviously. I
Yeah.
joined way later, but it was like something that was theorized, and then it finally happened, and it's like, okay, well, that skips the biggest luck-based level, I think, because if I remember right, Gelato is worse than Serena because of
Wow.
just luck. Was it actually? No, Serena's still worse, but Gelato is really bad. Um, and it's difficult. So the fact you can skip that is crazy. Um, you're just grabbing the episode 8 shine in episode 1 so that you unlock every prior episode to 8 early. So you can just choose to go to Shadow Mario because the whole goal of any percent is beat Shadow Mario in each world, which is episode 7.
Mhm.
Um, doing GBS, you're just grabbing episode 8. You can skip everything and just choose 7. So that's a huge thing. I can't imagine doing runs with
Yeah.
Gelato too.
Yeah,
That
that's
would
the
be a
most
nightmare.
obvious thing I can think of for that run. And then I don't know just how difficult it is, but I know it's like the first thing people learn just because of how much time it saves.
Yeah, it's because it's like 10 minutes or so. It's
Yeah,
like
like it's a
huge.
ridiculous time.
So
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it looks cool. You just clip through things and they ooh shine.
Yeah, no, there's same thing for Pianta Village. Um
Oh yeah, to clip into the
normally
loading
you need
zone.
Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um if that tree didn't have collisions sticking out, the whole reason that clip works is the tree has like a triangle of collisions sticking into the mushroom, and the game, when collision overlaps other collision, a lot of the time it renders one of those faces fake and you can just walk through it.
hmm
If that tree didn't have a tiny triangle sticking into the mushroom, you would not be able to do that skip and you would have to go get Yoshi and it would just be a
That's
whole
funny.
different route. So,
I love
one
shit like that.
developer oversight, it's all it
Isn't
takes.
isn't the
So
little race
goofy.
mini game also have like some shortcut abuse, which is always
Yes,
my
the
favorite as a
blooper race.
Mario Kart enjoyer. It's like ultra shortcutting the mini game race.
Yeah, the way that works is there's well, technically 3 checkpoints if you count starting the race, but there's 2 checkpoints to basically detect if you've gone through the race.
Mhm.
And what we do in any percent, instead of taking the blooper and going around the whole track, we just head to checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, and then the finish line. Um, Ideal way of doing that is just hover slide all the way over, hover slide all the way back. That's it. Um, it's goofy because they actually put the first checkpoint so close to the start, which you would think they would do the opposite and put them at the corners of the map. But they put the first checkpoint so close to the start and the second one so close to the end that you can just hover slide straight to the checkpoint 1, straight back to 2, and just finish it in, like I believe the world record is a low 16-second time. Crazy. It's just a straight line, yeah.
Good
Um,
stuff.
yeah, it's very interesting. I don't understand why they put the checkpoints like that. Like, it just logically, it doesn't make sense, so they just kinda gave us future speedrunners a easy out for that level. It's kinda funny.
Yeah, but again, I love just like ultra shortcut bullshit. So it's funny that like
Yeah.
so many games have that like even Lego Star Wars has that. Just
Lego Star Wars is so funny for all the glitches in that game.
yeah,
It's such a fun run to watch.
yeah. I mean,
I only got into it, like, last year, and it was, like I've even done some of the tricks just for fun.
mm,
Um, it's such a fun game to just mess around with, it's so breakable.
yeah.
It's
No, I
it's
love
so
watching
goofy.
that. Yeah, I was glad actually since your first event was also the first event Lego Star Wars Complete Saga got into GDQ. So good
Yeah, that was
GDQ.
so cool. No, it was nice. I actually got to, Rosa and I both, met up with Wii Super before like, he actually dropped us off at the airport
Nice.
because easy ride there. We got to meet up with him for a bit and just talk about Lego Star Wars, and it was really cool to see him. He's a really cool guy, and it was crazy that he was doing a run for the same event because like yeah, no, that Sunshine and Lego Star Wars is just that's a crazy combo.
The double mini game ultra shortcut.
Exactly.
I don't know. I can't think of if there was a Mario Kart actual run at that event, but
I don't remember.
yeah, I don't remember.
I didn't watch too many runs during that event, I'll be honest.
Um,
Um,
yeah, I thought I watched a few. I could be wrong. I've been to so many, I mixed them all up in my head. But
yeah,
obviously
no,
that
for
was the
sure.
I was in the relay, so that was fun. But
Yeah, I don't think I was there when the relay was happening. If I remember right, we just got home when that started.
yeah, that was the final day.
Um,
So
yeah, we both were like home at that point.
mhm.
Um, Otherwise I would have definitely participated, but I was able to be there for the tasks at SGDQ though. I was able to
Yeah.
see that live.
Oh man. Yeah,
Um,
I got so front row for that I was on the floor.
really?
Oh
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, Palix is like covering me the whole time, but anytime he moves, you can see my face peek out from behind the chair on the floor. It's great.
That's so funny.
Well,
Rosa and I got, like, front seats, so we were able to, like we were barely able to be seen in the, like, webcam over the GDQ run, like, the actual stream. You could
mm,
barely see us in the front row. It was kinda funny.
hmm, I'll have to look out. But yeah, like I have a lot of friends in the Mario 64 tasking community. So I was actually the one like they wanted specific people on like the back couch. I was the one like coordinating. All right, you get over here.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like I gave up any spot I could have in the front row to just be on the floor. I was okay with that. And then of course King J. sat on the floor next to me because we're always floor gang if if
That's
we got to be on the
awesome.
floor. I was on the floor for like the dog speed run a couple years ago, so I'm used to it. I'll be on the floor if I have to be. It's worth it. But
No, it's worth it,
yeah,
absolutely.
but no, that was a great time. That task
That was
showcase
awesome.
that was a packed event. Yeah, I just interviewed Palix, in fact, 2 episodes ago. So there we go. There's the shout out.
Oh, that's sick.
All the
Nice.
information is revealed. Yeah, I made Mario news. It's a big deal, Mario news. Felix
Mario
Padronis,
news.
yeah.
That's
Mario
awesome.
news. Anyway, yeah, yeah, I know there's a lot of more technical details about Sunshine, but I don't have to. We don't have to suffer through all the details. I will ask if there's any like good
Yeah.
resources or videos or anything for more quality information.
There is a Wikipedia page. There has been, because 64 already has the
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Um, Sunshine does have its own speedrunning Wikipedia page now that's been heavily worked on, um, mainly by Zeldocto, just hard carrying that page, but it is a very useful resource to pick up the game and learn strats and learn how they work and figure out what route to do. And it's got all the info you need about the speed run. Very useful. Besides that, I'll be honest, a lot of resources are very outdated on YouTube. Um, but that Wikipedia is probably the best way to learn the run, and that can be found in the Sunshine community Discord channel. It's pinned there, I believe. So if anybody is interested in picking up Sunshine, you could learn it pretty quick through that. I'm also hoping to make tutorials, like proper videos, in-depth tutorials on it soon. I actually, this was in conversation earlier
Mhm.
with my boyfriend, but
No.
I want to, once I get 111, I do want to focus on making tutorials and accessibility to the
Mm.
speedrun because like ever since Average Trey stopped uploading regular speedrun videos on Sunshine, there hasn't really been anybody filling that that content place. And so I kind of want to try to make some speedrunning content to keep the game going on YouTube and keep
Yeah.
some attention going. So
Well, plus
keep an eye out. So, you know,
back to what we were saying at the very start. I mean, you started with Sunshine content, so like it's like nothing's changed almost.
yeah, no,
Just
it's gonna go full circle. It's gonna go right back to content, but this time about speedrunning. And
yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it really will be. Once I get 111, I'm moving on to content. That's what I want to do really bad.
Mhm.
So
So, but speedrunning wouldn't fall
I
back
wouldn't stop
completely though.
speedrunning.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna be running other stuff. I'm just not gonna be on. I don't think after any percent, I'm gonna be on a grind as serious as any percent.
that's
Like
fair.
this is my most serious grind. I don't think I'll ever reach a point where I'm this into a grind that I don't want to do anything else. Because after this, it's like I want to focus on YouTube and streaming at the same time and just stream runs and enjoy it for what it is and not lock in like this. I want to just have a good time,
Yeah, I totally
but
get that. That'll be fun though
this grind
because
is a lot.
I feel like the balance will be a lot better, and you're already used to both aspects anyway. Like I know you recently did that video about the beta sand pyramid kind of thing, and
Yep. That
that
I
was
still appreciate you seeing that. That was
yeah, no,
sick.
it was genuinely interesting. I mean, I'm a subscriber. I,
An
I'm
actual
cool.
real one.
I'm a real one, you know.
No, that
So
was sick to hear because like that video strangely took off. I was
mhm.
worried it wouldn't because I put a lot of effort into it and it got picked up by the algorithm and it went up there and I'm like I'm back in business. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be so back.
it was actually because of
Just
that I found
gotta
out you made content because I had only heard of you and followed you for the speedrunning aspect, and I saw that, I was like, "Wait, he
Yeah.
knows what he's doing."
My old content was like I'm not a big fan of what I used to make. It's very like uninformative. It's very like rushed, I guess.
Yeah, I
But
feel like
now I'm
no
like trying to
creator
like
is, like, happy with their old content, though. I mean, I hear it all the time.
I mean, yeah, but mine I will say I also was just misinforming people on some things.
Oh,
Like
well, yeah.
there's several times where in videos like I would say something because that's what we thought was true or that's what I thought was true and then I get proven wrong and I'm like, "Oops, well that whole segment of that video's gone." Like I have
Oops.
a video out there of showing like all the unused nozzles in the game and it turns out two of them are used, just not visually, but they are used. And so
Mm.
me showing them off was pointless content pretty much. There's only one that was useful. Um, and like the Pianta, I had a video showing all the colors of Piantas that aren't used. And I told everybody it seems random. It's not random what colors are pulled. They're none of them are random. They're all set as colors. So like stuff like that, I hate looking back on, but I'm
It
trying now to make sure everything is perfect. Like,
yeah. I mean, not to throw
yeah.
summoning salt under the bus, but he has openly talked about, like, getting some info run in super early videos and not being happy about them, so it's just
Yeah,
it comes with the
it
territory,
happens.
like,
Yeah,
it's im I feel like it's almost impossible to be fully accurate. The
it
important thing is
is.
recognizing when you're wrong and being able to go back and fix things, like, maybe
That's what
pin
I
a
thought about
comment or
was like,
something.
yes, exactly. Because they removed annotations from YouTube ages ago.
Yeah,
I wish they
that's a bit
didn't
unfortunate, yeah.
because that was one of the most useful things. And they, ever since they took it away, like, you can't just put a little pop-up that's like, "I was wrong." You have to, like, actually edit the video through YouTube's editor at
Yeah,
best,
yeah,
and, oh, man, because yeah, you gotta pin a comment now or something, and it's not the same, but
but and
no,
the
I
other
thought
thing
about
is,
redoing
well, with
sorry,
every
go ahead.
mistake, it's a learning lesson to improve content in the future. Yeah,
Exactly,
anyway.
exactly. That's what I've actually like I've learned from my mistakes in my previous videos and like if I don't know how something works, I'm not gonna just take a guess. I'm not gonna take an educated guess. I'm just gonna say I don't know and just leave it at that. Or ask around and see if anybody knows. And if nobody knows, then I'll say nobody knows right now. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
learn from my mistakes and not just spread misinformation. I try to just be
Spreading
as honest
misinformation
as
on
I
the
can.
internet. No.
I know, right? Crazy concept.
Who
Um,
would dare? Anyway.
but no, speedrunning content after 111. Um, I'm gonna lock in on that. I want to bring more attention to the game because Sunshine doesn't have speedrun content anymore. It
Yeah.
really doesn't. 64 is living with speedrun content. They're so up. Mario 1 is living with speedrun content. They're so up too.
Yeah.
Sunshine's got nothing. Like we
Oh,
need
we've
something,
got
dude.
plenty. It's great, especially with the
Because-
task tie shit going on.
Yeah. No, everybody's watching that right now. That's the new
I'm
hype
literally
thing.
watching it right now. In fact, oh,
I just had it open for a second, but I don't want to be
well,
distracted.
as that was happening, Nifsky literally made it the furthest
Holy.
ever on task tie pace again, but lost it to turnaround. That's funny. That happened as of like the live stream, like live right now.
That's crazy. I clicked on and
Yeah,
saw
right.
that. That's crazy.
Well, I have to be locked in on the background monitor. Like this is my thing. So
Yeah.
wow, that's I was just like watching it like I can't believe I'm podcasting right now, bro. Holy shit.
The live reaction.
The
No, I
live
literally
reaction.
I was streaming in a call with Rose and GTM. We were all just like streaming and we got to live react to the PB from a couple days ago or
Oh
from
yeah.
was it yesterday?
No, it was 2 nights
It was
ago,
2
yeah.
days ago. Yeah. We got to see that live on stream. It was so funny. tabbed in at the right time.
Yep.
Yeah. But for now, it's the 111 grind. It's gotta happen.
Ugh. Well, I won't mention it directly, but something just happened to me that was gross, so that's fun.
What what happened?
Ugh. Ugh. I threw up in my mouth. like
Oh no.
like really bad. I haven't done that in years.
Oh,
Sorry.
acid reflux.
I don't even know really.
That sucks.
Well, the reason it's more of a big deal for me is I have a emetophobia, so which is the fear of
Oh,
yeah, so it's like great.
that's
So
rough.
that's why I'm
Yeah.
drinking hella water and look like I'm dying, in case anyone's wondering.
No, that's fair. That's very valid.
Ugh. Anyway, sorry. That's one way to end things off, I guess.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh man.
The
Well,
podcast ends with everybody perishing.
yeah, it is what it is.
The final podcast.
It's over.
It's over.
This is so sad. Um, well, I think we've covered everything then, including your future plans. So, I
I
mean,
think so.
I mean, I haven't missed anything. You know your history better than me, right? So,
I mean, I don't even know my history very well. I have to research myself, which is ironic,
you're
but
not the
I
first. You
did
won't
my
be the
best.
last if that feel makes you feel better. So,
Yeah, yeah. I always think that's so funny. A lot of people don't know their own history because they don't keep up with it. They just
yeah.
play it to play.
Oh,
So
I document all my history because I don't want to forget. So,
that's fair. No, it's literally two sides. It's either you know your history or you don't. Like
yeah.
you either know everything in detail or you don't care. So
Ugh. Anyway, yeah. So I have a whole spreadsheet with every PB I've ever gotten in it. I make sure I've got this shit
that's
documented.
cool.
Plus, it helps the future content creators, of which you yourself will be. So, I'm just helping the future people.
True.
Yeah,
I
that's what it
upload
is.
all of my best segments. Like anytime I get a best segment, whether it's like a dumb strat or it's a fair strat that everybody would do, I make sure I upload every one of those because I think that is a very important resource for people to have. Um,
Yeah, I know Mario 64 is good about that.
yeah, Mario 64 is really good with that. I know people like really care about uploading their best times, and
Hmm.
I think that is so smart to do. Um, communities like Sunshine before I started uploading all my best times, it was pretty rare that people would upload best times. Um, when I was trying to improve to get to world record, I can actually go back on this for a minute here, but one of the things that helped me a lot was watching all the best segments for each level. The issue was when Guy got banned, all of those are gone.
Yeah.
It was the one thing that wasn't backed up. Everything else was backed up with video to an extent. All the best segments were gone. And
Hmm.
so the only segments I had were Nindide's best segments, and half of his were gone. Um, so when I was learning and trying to just like see what other people did to get these good times, I couldn't. I had to figure a lot of it out by myself and just try to optimize stuff as best I can. And I didn't want other people to suffer the same way because that was
Fair.
agonizing to figure out. Like, I still don't have some of the best segments that I've been chasing for years because I don't know how to improve them and there's no video of them.
Yeah.
Um, but I really want to get some of them. And the struggle of like trying to figure out what you need to do to get it is so annoying that I decided anytime I get a best segment, I'm going to upload it. So anybody in the future can just see the best segments or see the top segments, you know, like it's such an important resource in my opinion. I wish more people uploaded videos of them.
Yeah.
That's why like 64 is so based for uploading everything. It's like it's so important in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I get it. Um, so yeah, just
Uploading all your PBs is awesome. Like that's
yeah,
awesome.
and then being a decent person so you don't get banned is also awesome. So you don't lose out on that
Exactly.
history and make topics harder to discuss for future historians. So be a good
Exactly. Just
person,
be a good
just
person.
be a good
Yeah.
person. It's crazy. Anyway,
Just respect everybody. Like please.
it's easy, I promise. Anyway,
It's easy.
uh well, I guess the last thing to mention then is where to find you.
I stream over on Twitch at INKSTAR. I also upload my videos and PBs to YouTube, also at INKSTAR. I don't know how I got that, but I have it. Um, my Twitter is INKSTAR Lum. I can't get rid of the Lum. I'm INKSTAR Lum on Twitter.
Hey, you got
Um,
InkStar on Blue Sky though, so that's what matters.
I did. I got early access and claimed the name early. I don't know how I have it on YouTube though. That's kind of mind blowing. Um,
It's a W in my book.
it is. Um, you can catch me live almost every night. I'm probably gonna go live about an hour from now, and I go live every night around midnight EST, roughly. Go live
Prime
for a
gamer
long
hours,
time.
yes.
Yeah, I've built up my audience around people. I've learned that a lot of people just fall asleep with my stream running, which I think is the
Guilty as
coolest thing.
charged, yeah. Because you're like the
I
only
always
person
appreciate
that's
that.
on.
That's the coolest thing. I used to do that with Nindide and Ouija when they did their degen grinds. I'd always fall asleep with them in the background. The fact people do it with me means a lot, so I
There you
do
go.
appreciate it. Um,
That's fun. It all
but yeah, I
comes full
stream every
circle.
night.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'll be here. I'll be here later
Yeah.
every night. You can catch me doing runs.
And
Catch
if
the
you're
111
watching on
grind.
YouTube, now you know when to tune in.
Exactly. So I hope to see you guys there for that. And once I get 111, catch me on YouTube. Like
The
I'll
the
be on
content
there.
grind begins.
Exactly. I hope to see you guys with me through the grind.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on to Yap for 3 hours.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, this was quite enjoyable, I think. Um, I have much greater respect for not really, but like the speedrun's still cool.
Listen, if people hate it, hate it. I'm not offended. I
Oh,
hate it.
yeah, like
Like be honest. Like
I think the
tell
love
me
it
it's the
hate
worst
it
game.
arguments are kind of dumb anyway. Like who cares? If you hate it, cool. If you love it, cool. That's your opinion.
Yeah, I've been told to my face like, "Hey, I don't like sunshine,
Yeah.
just so you know." But I'm
Yeah.
still going to hang
As in
around and
what
I'm
I did
like,
3 hours ago, yeah. But
yeah, like it's
I more
okay.
play
Like
into it because I know it's like this heated debate, but at the end of the day, like whatever, it's a video
yeah.
game and the speedrun's cool and everyone should watch it. Anyway,
No,
that's my
it's all right.
opinion.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I think Sunshine will always be love hated. It'll always have that mix, but
If anything, that
I don't
just
know.
makes it
It's
more
okay.
popular because it's got the positive.
Controversy.
Well, it's got like the people that love it, and then like all publicity is good publicity. So it's got the good publicity and the
Exactly.
bad publicity. So just the most popular Mario ever.
So true.
Anyway, yeah, I guess that's everything. So I guess we'll call it a night. So thanks
All
everyone for
right. Thank you
watching.
again for having me.
Yes, thank you again for coming, and thanks everyone for watching, whether on Twitch or YouTube. Stay tuned for future episodes as they will continue, despite all odds. I promise. Yeah, I really don't have plans on stopping. So whether Hopefully you like the content because I think it's gonna keep going. Uh-oh. Anyway, yep, that's all I got. So bye.